Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast, number 101. My name's Coach Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host tonight, as always, our fantastic leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Brad, and welcome, folks, to another edition of the nightly podcast here at ARK. This is our 101st podcast, and what a day. Another day of massive growth here at the ARK, folks. We're seeing the price hold nice and steady in its dynamic range at a price of $5.71. The IOC reserves are going up, 387,993. Liquidity also on the up, 770,911 BUSD. Spark price pool at 209.76 ARK. Folks, that's a street value that we're going to give away of 1,197.73 BUSD. And so far, we've given away just to 52 lucky Spark winners, 7,932.30 ARK. Street value of $45,293.43. Let's get this crypto, folks.
Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto. Baggy.
Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
And tonight, shortly, we will be doing the Spark price pool drawing here live for you as we do every single night. And we will find our 53rd Spark Rewards winner. Shout out to Rad Dad for having us over for his live AMA over on YouTube. Great questions, great platform. We had a great conversation. He's done his homework. He's read the white paper. He's delved deep into what is ARK and what is so special about it. He had some really great questions that gave us an opportunity to do what we love to do, guys. You know, what we love to do is to talk about ARK and really explain to folks what is so different, what is so special. Why is the smart money here and just coming in? The floodgates are opening, folks. You're witnessing what's happening here. Total vault accounts at 2,918. We're going to cross the 3,000 wallet threshold pretty soon. Our Discord is on a tear, over 2,100 investors there. Our Telegram keeps growing. I mean, everywhere you look, folks, we're seeing growth here at ARK. We also released for you today the teaser video for our V40 end solution, the prototype that we've been talking to you guys about, that we're blown away by the design. We're going to be showing that to you tomorrow. Brett's going to talk about that on his updates. And we released a video, giving you a little bit of a teaser about it. We're going to see if we can find a way to show it here live on the podcast as well. So very, very exciting day. And very grateful for the team and for this community and how it's integrating more smart investors, folks who are understanding that this is not a get-rich overnight situation. This is a long-term, multi-year project with a lot of upside, a lot of potential, a lot of abundance for everyone. We have to be patient and we have to be careful to invest only what we can afford to invest. And we're the system that promotes and guides you through a strategy that you get a very fast return on investment. This is not the place where we're going to tell you
El Servicio de Aduanas y Protección Fronteriza informó que un barco con más de 100 migrantes.
This is not the place where we're going to tell you, don't sell. Compound your way to the $1 billion. Do not betray the community. Do not betray the team. Folks, people are sick and tired of that. It's good for the developers. It's good for the folks that got in first, but it's not good for the little guy. It's not good for someone that comes in 6 months from now or a year from now. to be a profitable investor, I don't care what you're investing in, folks, you have to get a return on your investment capital. That's the only way you win. And that's what this culture here is about. That's what the system's built for. And we're seeing folks understand that they don't have to feel ashamed, that they don't have to hide, that they're taking their profits home, putting food on the table, and realizing their dreams. The system is built for that. With that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Brett Norden. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Hey, Atlas, how you doing? I'm doing good. Got my second win now. I've been going since 5 a.m., so going on 12 hours, but doing great. Yeah, it was a great AMA today, and good to see more buying pressure coming in. I love seeing that bubble bot working today. And the ILC reserves are climbing. The ARK vault balance is climbing. So, yeah, all the metrics are really positive, and I think all the discussions we're having and communications having a positive impact, on what we're seeing happening on the stats there. So, yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, you mentioned the mobile app, and that's going to be a big focus the next couple days. We're going to be doing a walkthrough of that V40 on Figma, and discussing, what the future is going to look like for the application from a design standpoint. And also, we're going to be working on the current DApp and getting that into a form that's very similar. So we don't want to mislead people that V40 is what the future is going to look like, but we're pulling a lot of the design elements. And what we'll do is we'll continue to do that over the next couple of weeks as we get closer to the launch and availability of the PWA. Alex, our front-end dev that you mentioned, he's going to jump in and start helping as well to keep things on track and QA and do all those things, because he has the most experience with our current DApp system. And as that's integrated into the PWA, using the same coding language, and just a lot of familiarity there that Alex has and experience, and he's just been a superstar for us. So yeah, he's gonna jump into that. Rebecca Snook right now is working on our new calculator for the DApp, and I think she's got it pretty close to being nailed, and we'll probably be able to send that out for beta testing, let people play with it and send us feedback here very shortly. So yeah, maybe even tonight. Maybe before the end of the podcast, we can get that out in a couple of people's hands and have them start playing and testing, and then we'll make it a live link on the DApp interface, and that'll be the kind of default calculator. You will be able to connect your wallet to it, which is a really cool feature. And then if you have additional wallets, you can enter those to see, if you have a multi-wallet strategy going, you can use it that way as well. We can also use it as a simulator. So kind of start as part of our sales funnel approach. People will be able to play with numbers and, look at ROI potential based on how much they've invested, how long it takes to get to that ROI. When your 2% goes to 1%, all those good things that we have in Kelly's calculator, but now in a live version on the DApp side. So that's really cool. Anything else that you wanted me to cover?
No, man, that's a great updates. Sheesh. Talk about excited, man. Absolutely amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, all of this is kind of leading. I was talking to Florida Realtor today. All of it's kind of converging. So we've been talking about the sales funnel and the content development there. We've been talking a little bit about the landing page, talking a little bit about getting people from the mass market into this Zoom funnel, and now the mobile application. So it'll really complete from the tech side, from the marketing side, from the onboarding side. We have Coach Brad in that process there. We have our TG community here. So you really got all the pieces to the puzzle. It's just this race now. And I think that finish line is going to be at the end of this month, early March, when we really have, all of these systems in place. So that's what we're gunning for right now. It's just not enough hours in the day, unfortunately. So we gotta work harder.
You hear me? I don't know if that's possible, but it's amazing to be able to start showing some of our cards that we've been holding close to the chest with all of the hard work that the team's been doing here. Every day, you see us here, but man, we've got a crew of developers that you don't see. These guys work behind the scenes where they're back in what we call the sausage room. Everybody loves to eat the tasty, delicious sausage, but they don't want to know how it gets made. All the blood, sweat, guts, and tears it takes to create these quality products. So for us, I think it's a great opportunity and something that we enjoy doing, sharing with all of you the work. And it's one thing telling you how it's going. It's one thing showing you how excited we are, but not being able to really, give too much details or show you too much, as everything really is a work in progress that takes a lot of time. To do things right, it's not a quick fix. It's not a Band-Aid over another Band-Aid. We have to make sure that everything we do here is not only, done in the sense of the utmost security, but also the way it looks, the way it functions, and really providing a user experience that sets ARK far and above your grandmother's systems. Let's get this crypto. Let's see if I can share the video. I don't know if everybody was able to see it today, but I'm very happy with the result personally. We can't make everybody happy all the time, but I think most of the time we can. Let's see if this will play, and if you're able to hear it. We just created a new connection here in the broadcasting system for this, but we haven't tested it out yet. 1 second, folks. Where is it? There we go. Found it. Let me see if you can hear it. Coach Brad, if you could let me know.
Certainly can.
Sir? Okay, let's go. Oh, wait. Hold on. All right. So, tomorrow is the big day. Go ahead.
Said, let's go. First time I saw that, it gave me shivers.
Yeah, the music, I loved everything about it personally. Did anybody here have a chance to view it before? Take a look at it, or maybe this is your first time. Maybe get a reaction from the community.
I had seen that just before the podcast earlier today, and it is that's whoever created that did a very, very good job on it. I think that people who are trying to build a syndicate can really use that as a good launching pad to get people excited. And just the graphics that I've seen that were on that particular phone, that thing's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to them. Just so happened getting a new phone tomorrow, so hopefully I can put it on there.
Well, it's going to take some time. As we said, this is the V40. We've identified our prime directive. We've identified our end user. We always talk about here, and this is our holy grail, our prototype of where we want to go. So from V1 to V40, but the design elements, the rebranding, the whole way the user interface. As you know, our mission here is DeFi simplified, but more important to that, it's ARK simplified for the average Joe and the average Jane, right? We wanted to take the average Joe and convert it into a savage Joe, but we got to be able to speak his language. We have to be able to give him an application that is really so easy to use, and the interface just screams, that there's quality design and the usability, the way you interact with it. It's almost like intuitive, very simple. You look at some of these applications, Uber or Twitter, they don't take long to figure out. A 6-year-old could teach you, right? Or, an 80-year-old could probably figure it out within, a couple of minutes. The same way that the banking applications, they strive to create an interface that makes logical, intuitive sense for the masses as they are mass adoption products. So very important to us. And, you can't reach your destination, especially if you're on board a ship, right? Every vessel has a port of call before they even leave. They know their destination. Every airplane before it takes off already knows, their destination, which airport, and sometimes even which gate, depending on the traffic's already almost preset into the schedule on the receiving side. So we understand that in business. It's the same thing. You need to know your target audience. You need to know your user, and you start there and you reverse engineer and you start your product understanding what goals you want to reach. What do you want it to look like? How do you want it to function? And make sure that you're able to transcend and convey it in a simple to use format. Let's get this crypto. Do you have any questions, comments? Welcome to the ARK Podcast. We see some new folks here. Great to have you. Welcome aboard the ARK.
All aboard!
I just wanted to add, Atlas, that I've been cruising around a little on Telegram today, and I'm starting to see that people are talking about ROIing on ARK. And with this mobile device in their hand, they can show people, those profits. And hey, every day I pull up this, this app on my phone, and I've got $150 sitting there, and I'm making $150 a day, or I'm making 100 a day, or I'm making 50, whatever. It's more than zero. And this app screams professional. It screams, this is no joke. This isn't some little game that, people are playing to mess around and have fun. This is a serious business. It's a serious investment. And I think that it's going to convert, and it's going to go, take us way further than anyone else has, just having the polished look and feel that no other DApp in the space has. So I just wanted to add that, because I think, if you're like, oh, yeah, it's cool, whatever, but, don't underestimate. If you have friends that are professionals, especially white collar, they're not going to invest in something that, has circus colors and rainbows and, doesn't have a professional look and feel, doesn't interact in the way that they're used to. You mentioned Uber and some other things. I think this will be on par with those, if not in some ways exceed them. So, yeah, our developer, designer, did an amazing job on this. I'm really proud of him.
Hey, if you want the best results, you better work with the best of the best. And I think a lot of folks are going to be shocked here in this little corner of the DeFi world, because you're just not used to seeing teams and projects that are bringing the backgrounds and the business experience that we have. They're used to being, I think, in this little sandbox where they're playing ping pong, and the same investors are playing musical chairs, and the jazz band starts playing, but then it kind of gets a little weak, and the music starts to slow. And sometimes, a lot of times, I hate to tell you the truth, folks, but the music just stops because they don't have the resources, they don't have the creativity, they do not have the business sense, experience, and they can't offer more than a contract and sit there and say, when, let's get this crypto marketing and doing all the usual G bullshit. It's just, that's it. That's all, folks. Oh, we're going to create a lottery. Oh, we're going to do, come on, man. Are you serious? The same song and dance over and over, put the lipstick on a pig over and over. That little 1% who gets in it first gets super rich over and over.
Bruh.
So we understand folks aren't used to it, but they're going to get really used to it. They're going to be amazed. They're going to be blown away, and they're going to feel proud about believing in this team and coming for this journey, understanding it is a long journey and a lot of work has to be done. And while the other ones are sitting around and, watching the Netflix and chilling and going out and having the balanced life, we here, folks, we are pedal to the metal. We are aggressive in what we do, and we take no prisoners. We're not stopping. We have a system that is paying every investor out every single day. We're not kicking the can down the road. We're not the federal government. We're not printing from thin air and getting to a position or encouraging people not to take their profits. That is wrong. Get paid today, get paid tomorrow, on a Saturday, on a Sunday, on a Mother's Day, on a New Year's Day. Everyone here is earning. Get used to that. Demand that from future projects. Demand, please, folks, that they lock up the tokens in the vault. If you want to, speculate, if you want to trade a token, go somewhere else. But don't come into a high yield token system wanting an ROI and have folks exploit and take advantage and have their bots trading it and taking advantage of communities. Boy, I'm on fire today. Woo! A lot of great things coming, guys. This has been a plan for a very long time, and we are just very happy with what we're doing and seeing it all come together. And we have that smirk, that smile as we know what's coming and we can't say, but as we get to show you, as we give you the tease like we just did, and as we start to put these tools in your hands and bring real utility and revenue into the ARK, my friends, you are going to be as excited as we are. We are here 3 minutes away from doing our Spark prize pool. Is there any questions or comments? We have 3 minutes before that. Or Brett, if you want to add to that.
No, I'm good. That was great.
Awesome.
Sorry, I was muted. I was just typing with Rebecca. She's just finishing things up on her end. So.
We are on fire tonight, folks. All right. And remember, folks, if you're not talking, please keep your mic muted. Thank you so much. And whoever would like to speak tonight, maybe it's your first time, maybe you're a regular, maybe you're an OG here at the ARK. Please always feel free to unmute your mic, make a comment, ask a question. There are no stupid questions. This is a very complex system until you actually really ask the right questions and you have your light bulb moment and you really understand. And then it just becomes very, very simple. And then you put yourself over into the auto allocation if you want to do that and you just want to coast and sail. But there's a lot of questions. Do not be intimidated, folks. We all came in here knowing nothing, reading a white paper that, as amazing as it is, I've talked to some experts. It took them 6 times to go over it, to have that. Not everyone has 6, times to read it or has responsibilities in their life that are taking them away from being able to do that. But you have an amazing community here that has all gone through the learning process, that has given us a lot of great feedback that we've been able to just pivot and cater to those suggestions and implement those on our front end, on our back end. Anywhere you look, you're seeing upgrades and you're seeing the system really come into a shape that, for the amount of time that we have been launched, is nothing short of really an amazing effort with a result that is tangible, and you're all here witnessing it live every single day. This is the 53rd day of ARK. That's it. It's that early. What was that? Catalyst?
Yes, sir. I'll keep it brief. You asked for an update. Brett's metrics are all trending in the positive direction, and so are the legacy NFTs. Since yesterday's pod, by the way, congratulations on the 100th pod last night. But there's been a new platinum legacy NFT minted, and also since yesterday's pod, there's been 3 additional silver legacy NFTs. So that's 4 legacy NFTs minted since last night's pod. And we also have another record high legacy NFT prize pool. It's running right now. We have cumulatively given away 63,600, but in a few minutes, I'm not actually on the screen. We probably are now around 64,700. So that's the legacy NFT update.
Sheesh. Wow. That is a beautiful thing, Catalyst. How are you feeling about it? You're a legacy NFT holder.
I'm feeling good about it. And it's always fun to see it doesn't matter what level people are minting NFTs at, but there's only 14 platinum NFTs minted. So it's always exciting to see somebody that feels strongly enough to go big, go big or go home. So I haven't looked at chains, so I don't know if somebody converted a gold to a platinum, but nonetheless, we do have one more additional platinum NFT. So that's always fun.
Absolutely. Thank you for that update. The man has a spreadsheet. He's watching like a hawk, and he's seeing the growth at an analytical level. I have my own private dashboards that I can tap into here and also see and look. I mean, just it just goes so fast, and we're seeing them really just fly off the shelves. But there's another $22,400 that I need to move over into the external investment fund, which is with a total at $358,400. Sheesh. Wow. And that's just the 80%. The other 20%, you guys are divvying it up every day and having the time of your lives. Amazing. All right, we've got Alex here.
Hey,
Alex, thank you for coming.
I haven't given. I was just going to mention that I think the foundation's over 200K now. And if people are new coming into ARK, we started at about 35K at launch, and now I think we've reached 200,000. You may want to just double check that. But that's just amazing growth on the foundation side as well.
Absolutely. So we have Alex here tonight. Probably the hardest working man in the ARK, core dev team, without a doubt. Shout out. I mean, it's no secret, guys, that Alex is here always doing the tech support answering questions about your wallets, your CWR, taking, requests from investors here. Hey, can you go ahead and show everything in BUSD? I want to see dollar amounts. I get confused. I have to do the math on the ARK, 5 minutes, he plugs it into the front end. The man is an absolute genius, a monster. And one of those people that goes above and beyond his duties and his commitment. He's committed to being here on a multi-year plan, and just somebody that impresses us every single day with his work ethic and commitment to really ARK being the best project that we've ever been in. Let's get this crypto. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you for the kind words.
Well, it's the truth, man. And anyone who's had the opportunity to interact with you, receive your help, tech support, or just even use on a daily basis the app is absolutely understanding of the quality and professionalism that you're able to provide us here. So with that, folks, let's go ahead and unleash the beast. Let's find our newest winner of the Spark Rewards. This will be the 53rd winner, and he's going to go nitro mode over in the ARK vault with that airdrop for tonight. We're looking at 214.14 ARK. Street value, 1,222.74 BUSD. Sheesh, that's bullish.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Oh, it's impossible for me not to fall in love with you, baby. Yeah, well, it's got to be tonight, baby. Be tonight. It's got to be tonight. Yo, let's do it, baby girl. I gotta do it like that, y'all. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me.
What do you mean?
Tell me that you love me tonight. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you love me tonight. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you love me tonight. No! Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you love me tonight. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Go ahead, baby. Tell me that you love me tonight.
All right, folks. Let's give it a minute and see who is tonight's lucky Spark Prize winner. We've got Alex here live, troubleshooting it, as we can only do this one time per day. And the man wants to be here and see how we can speed it up. And there it is. Our winner for tonight, folks. Their wallet ends in 2588. Congratulations. You are the winner of 214.56 ARK.
They say money can't buy happiness. Look at that fucking smile on my face.
Crypto Putter, is that a new one?
Yes,
a
sir.
Brand new. Let's go. All right.
Hey,
it's a new winner.
Hey, Atlas.
Go ahead.
We have a new investor that signed up today under Brandon the Drip Guide. I was talking to him today, helping out with some sit-up-yard strategy, and I was letting him know about the Spark Awards, and that something that I would encourage him to do is look into getting a legacy NFT, or at least a foundation bond of $250 value worth. So he's here on the podcast tonight. I don't know if he did or not. It'd be nice if he did and he won tonight, but if not, at least he knows how exciting and how how the Spark Awards could certainly be a game changer with his ARK investment. So his name's Rafael Soto, and he's on here. He may or may not want to speak, but I wanted to welcome him to the ARK family and certainly let him know about the Spark Awards.
Thank you, sir. I'm listening to you. I'm a truck driver, so I'm driving down to Laredo, Texas. So I keep listening to you guys, and thank you for all the help. And as soon as I can, I'm going to do the investment. Thank you, sir.
Welcome on board. Happy to have you here. And you're in great hands, man. Brandon, whew, what an educator. What a fantastic person. He's done his research. He's done his due diligence. And, man, it's really, really a great opportunity for you to be here with us. Let's get this crypto. Do we have any questions or comments, folks, as we're going to go into the all aboard session with Coach Brad next. But we'd love to hear from you, any feedback, any questions. Massive day over here. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but some massive buys coming in. The ILCs going up, the reserves, that just gives us so much more room, and it really does make a big difference. And actually, yeah, let's see if there's anybody who wants to come and say something before I go on to my next point.
I wouldn't mind jumping in if I can.
Go right ahead, sir. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank the fellows, thank everybody for the chance to have you guys share my recent YouTube video. I really, really appreciate it. I'm a smaller YouTube channel. It gives me a chance to, obviously expand my channel, but more importantly, it gives me a chance to, to contribute to something like this in my own little way, which I'm happy to do. And again, I just wanted to show my appreciation and thank all you guys for giving me that opportunity to get the to be seen out there and to maybe grow a little bit more, and more importantly, like I said, to basically just do my share and try to contribute.
Amazing. Glad that you're seeing the positive network effects. That's what we want to do here, and we're getting organized. I think you could see that we've upgraded our system here to really enable the whole community. We have over 3,000 Telegram members. We're getting close to 3,000 total vault accounts. And we want, as a community, for our power, when we unite, when we laser focus on promoting the content creators that are really putting the time and the effort in to first educate themselves, as an investor, manage their investment, but be able to share that with a global audience. I mean, that's what ARK is about. It's not sitting here in the sandbox of DeFi. It is going out there and spreading the word and showing people what we're doing here, the why and where we're going. So, having 10, 20, 30, 60 people, I'm sorry, that's not going to cut it. This is something that we're taking really seriously, because we understand the power, the knock-on networked effects. You know, our goal, I know it's very ambitious and it's not going to happen overnight. When we have somebody that hears about ARK and they write a Medium article or they do a YouTube video and they have 3,000 views and likes and you know, comments and claps, that is going to be something really, really special and very powerful. That's going to have an effect. It's going to, you know, compound over time as these links, as these YouTube videos, they don't have a short shelf life. It's not news, right? It's not the CNN or the New York Times every day. You know, people are looking for what's happening now in the moment. But when you're doing your research about investments or you're hearing about things and you go out there and you're trying to find a content, you're trying to find that YouTuber, you're trying to find that writer that resonates with you, their way of communicating, their way of expressing themselves, you know, what they're about and how they view things resonates. And before you know it, your community is growing. People are hearing who you are and what you're about. And with that comes also the responsibility of making sure that you're using that platform correctly and that you have the interest of your investors at heart. That's why not everyone who does a video or a Medium article gets invited to be a guest here and get, you know, the reward. We are careful of who we promote and understand that we need to protect the integrity of the project and the community. Let's get this crypto. Anybody else have a question or a comment? Thank you for that, by the way. MJB Crypto.
I just want to shout out those pretty sweet sound effects. I thought you were doing that, Atlas, but you've got someone doing like the Price is Right stuff in the background. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, no, we do. I do everything. It's there's somebody else.
Even more impressive. I'm impressed. Shout out.
Cool, man. Great to have you here, Jared. A great conversation we had before, and a great pleasure meeting a friend of Juan. Man, any friend of Juan's is a friend of ours. Absolutely. Great honor to have you, brother.
And it's good to be here again. I won't speak too much. I'll try not to interrupt, but like just the more that I've spoken since we last spoke yesterday, we talk about ARK in different private groups and kind of the whole idea and premise behind it. And again, you know, I hate flattery. Flattery is not friendly, but just the sheer refreshing breath that it is to come to a project like this with the tools and the utilities that are in place, backed by a team like this is just, I'm still just kind of in awe. And I'm super excited to keep educating myself. I am a YouTuber myself, an animator. And when I can get my mind completely, I don't like to share anything I don't fully understand, but when I get there, yeah, I'm on board.
And that's the right, I think, criteria and expectations that you're setting for yourself. You know, before you can, I think, really go out there and speak to people, it needs to already resonate. And I believe that you need to really fully understand it. I mean, that's why we have Coach Brad here. He's a paid full-time member of ARK. For the folks that are not experts, they're here, they're learning, they're earning while they learn, and they're growing their bags. You know, if they have a neighbor, if they have a cousin, maybe a coworker, you know, that James at the water cooler, he's always looking for a play, right? He's looking, and he hasn't been finding, you know, he's been getting rug after rug and, you know, just getting worse and worse. And he's starting to sound like a negative Nancy. So nobody wants to really be talking about Jared, but, you know, I'm sorry, not Jared, James at the water cooler. Sorry about that, Jared. But, you know, if you don't have the time to speak to James and say, hey, little Jimmy, I mean, stop chasing the 100X. It's just not that time. You gotta be responsible, you know, take the time and understand that, you know, we're in a bear market, my friend, and chasing these opportunities and, you know, L after L equals, you know, zero. Or for some folks, if they're not careful, just getting completely wrecked and just put out of the whole game of investing, which is why we're here. right? I mean, we make great friends and relationships and we have a great time. But at the end of the day, folks, we're here to make money. Go ahead.
And are you kidding me? Like, to have, was it Raphael who came on, the truck driver? I think that's what his name was. That's one of the coolest things I've heard in a long time in a VC, to have one of these hardworking, backbone of our economy, section of this economy here, come on and say, look, I'm excited for this. He's there doing his job, driving the truck, moving product or whatever it is from coast to coast. And he's here invested in ARK. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty sick and sweet. I haven't seen that as of yet in a crypto project. That to me was just like, yes, I'm in the right spot.
Absolutely, brother. I mean, that's our audience, man. That's our crowd. These are the people out there working, making the economy work, and looking for an opportunity. That is our crowd. That is our audience.
Well, a safe opportunity. A safe opportunity where, his hard-earned money can come somewhere where, like you said, Atlas, again, I apologize. Just mute me if you need to. When I get excited, I talk more, but like a safe opportunity where he can still keep working hard, but he understands it enough to where he's like, yeah, I can put my money into this. That's just beautiful to me, just to hear that raw, real, organic truck driver come into a Telegram VC or podcast and just share like that. That was beautiful moment.
Thank you. I enjoyed it too. And look, as we develop these tools for the little guy, for the average Joe, for the truck driver, the farmer, the hairstylist, the Uber driver, real people with real bills, with real problems, with real debt that just keeps piling up. Unfortunately, most people are on the wrong side of compound interest, and they know that too well. And just think how refreshing it is when they understand. Wait, I'm on the right side of it now. That's amazing. And as we simplify for these folks the product, I think we're poised, and it's just logical, common sense, folks, that people are gonna gravitate into it. And it is our responsibility to do that, but also, again, convey it in an educated manner, and always being very transparent and saying, hey, high risk, high reward. Do not get that third mortgage. Do not go sell your car or sell a kidney to the Koreans. Like, just don't do that. You don't have to. Go small. Dip your toe in the water, learn it for yourself, have an appointment with Coach Brad. And I want to, keep reiterating that. I've got Post-its all over here at the ARK HQ. Keep talking about Coach Brad. Guys, if you're busy, if you don't have time, if you've got the 3 kids and, you're having a busy life, do not let that be a barrier for you to talk to someone and say, hey, I've got something really, really interesting. This is shaping up to be a massive opportunity, and I'm in, and it's built so well that even the folks that will come 6 months from now, a year from now, if you don't, you're not ready, it's okay. You're not missing out on anything except the time that you weren't earning. But hey, what's the problem with that? You can still come and play the game here with all of us. But, you can, hit up Coach Brad and put him in contact with that person, WhatsApp, email. I mean, if we got to make a long distance call to talk to Jimmy or Jane, my friends, we're going to do it. We're going to make sure that person understands the basics. And if we have to help them with the MetaMask, getting, Kraken, Coinbase, Crypto.com, Binance US, whatever it takes for them to be able to play the game. And, also say to them, invest 2%, 3%, 5%, go small, guys. Come on. Just what's the rush? What's the hurry? Make sure to hit up Coach Brad. He's trying to do 150 appointments in 4 weeks. And let's check up on that. How's that calendar looking right now, Coach Brad? How many people are banging down your door and saying, hey, I got little Jimmy, I got little Jane. She, I don't have the time, but here's my referral. Here's their information. Let's get this crypto. Please help me, Coach Brad. Let's do it. How many on that calendar?
Well, since Brandon joined the ARK, I've had a lot more community engagement in that sense, but it's more teaching as opposed to what you've specified there. No actual appointments of people saying I'm too busy, I need you to sign this person up. But there's a lot more community engagement from people who are recognizing that, I'm here to help pretty much 24 hours a day and educate them on the system. But actual appointments of, I don't know, how to set up a MetaMask, or I don't know how to get someone in, none. People need to be taking advantage of that a lot more than they are. So yeah, I thank Brandon a lot because he's brought some of the community to me, not just his own people. Other people are realizing that, I'm here full time to help them and educate them. So I've definitely seen more community engagement on the teaching side, but none on the actual, I need you to sign somebody up under me.
Thank you, Coach Brad. Well, that means a couple of things. It could be that folks are really taking the time and doing the work themselves. And hey, if that's you out there, man, thank you. Congratulations. Let's keep moving because look, it's no mystery. The folks are coming in. So I want to give a round of applause here to our community for doing that. Amazing. And for the folks that's not the case, and you're not, really taking the opportunity and putting, Coach Brad, who works here for all of us, to work and helping you to grow your syndicate and go and grow so much faster. Please, feel free to do so. The guy's a gentleman, and I can tell you that whoever you send will come back and be extremely impressed. Talking to an educated person who's empathetic, and if we have to, go really slow, he'll do that. He trained and helped through the full process. Coach Roberto, our breathing guru here at ARK, and a great personal friend. A guy who gave up on MetaMask and DeFi a year ago. He literally told me, "Fuck this shit. I'm Mr. Zen, but it's just too much for me. It's too complicated." And they have meetings every Monday. This is what it's about. And now the man's walking around with a bigger smile, and he's feeling confident. In my WhatsApp messages today, hey Atlas, I talked to one of his mentors, his teachers. The gurus have gurus. And if any of you have ever heard of Tony Robbins, who's an absolute beast, this guy's worked with, Andre Agassi, presidents. The guy's a motivational speaker, but he's got the ability to really tap into a lot of the issues that are happening mentally for athletes, for world leaders, for businessmen, as they can, get into ruts or have personal or business issues and not be at the top of their game. So, Coach Roberto's coach is Tony Robbins, breathing coach. So, that guy's hearing about ARK. That guy's interested. Do not be surprised if you see him in here. And the guy is amazing. He taught the Navy SEALs how to do box breathing before they go into combat, into zone, get your mind correct. So these are the type of folks that through that, call it a white glove concierge, let me hold your hand and walk you through this process so that, everything is running correctly. If you're setting up a MetaMask wallet for the first time, how to write down your keys, do it in a pencil, don't do it in ink in case there's a flood. There's so many tips and tricks that we all, just learn through time, but are so important to be able to give that person that education, that understanding, which just really brings a lot of confidence into what people are doing. Let's get this crypto. Questions, comments. Love to hear from the community tonight.
Talking about El Happy Coach, we actually had an hour conversation today where he has exactly what you just said there. He actually has some people that he's talking to that he is going to set a meeting up with me walk them through and get them involved and, you know, educate them. So he is taking full advantage of my position here. And you know, like I said, we had an hour chat today going over some stuff because he couldn't relay. He understands the system, but relaying it to somebody else and then answering their specific questions. So he's actually going to put them in contact with me, and we're going to go through everything and get them signed up under coach in the coming week. So that's really good news. He's really seen the opportunity here at ARK, and you know, he is so bullish on ARK. You know, I'm not joking. We talk in DMs nearly every day, but we have like you told everyone, we have a weekly DeFi session, and he is just absolutely bullish. He found the way to connect his existing community, which is his breathing community, with his article about passive income, and he is looking to build his team because he's just seen that, you know, he didn't understand everything at first, but the more meetings we have, the more educated he gets, and obviously then the more his Vault account grows and he's coming up to his ROI. He's just so bullish on ARK. He can't believe how well everything's going, and you know, he's very new to DeFi, so he just didn't understand the opportunity fully, but now he does, and he is working super hard to you know, to give this opportunity to a lot of other people, especially being in the older age group where you know, people need passive income opportunities at their age. So yeah, it's really, really great to see, and I love talking to Coach.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's amazing. He was telling me, not today, but yesterday, that, you know, his guru, Dan, you know, he offered a training course. There was, you know, really only 30 people that he was going to train, and had over 3,000 people, you know, try to sign up. You know, just off of, hey, I'm doing this course, you know, if you want to come and join me, 30 applications, come on in. So just imagine, watch out, guys. You know, Coach Roberto might really set a storm and create an empire here on the ARK. And just imagine the effect of having these yoga instructors, these folks that are living their best life, a balanced life, and caring for their health, their spirituality, their mental health, and how that could transcend and really connect with every single one of us here, and what they could bring to the table. You know, we're bringing DeFi. Hey, I want something in return. give me some of that Zen, that yoga, that, you know, calmness and comfort in understanding life and how to be really in the moment and connected and grateful for having something as free and simple as it is a breath. Amazing what that could do for the ARK.
So he's certainly trying to tap into that community and get that syndicate rolling. He's super excited. It's really great to see. 71 years old, excited about ARK, putting the work in, giving the opportunity to many, many other people. He's going to be big in the game.
And we'll be here to help him, to mentor him, and give him all of the support required. And if that means hiring, you know, a second or a third or fourth Coach Brad, we're going to do that. And we promote from within, folks, within our ranks, from our investor community. And I know there's a lot of people here who would love to work in crypto full time, have a base salary, have their investment growing for them. And, you know, at one point, I mean, Coach Brad, I think your salary is it's going to be a joke pretty soon, the way you're growing, where, you know, you're earning so much in the investment, and you're really, you know, shifting into a position, from understanding the power of compounding and your growth here. Your syndicate's doing amazing. That, yeah, it'll be like, you know, what's that paycheck going to do for me, right? I'm doing so much more, but it's a satisfaction. I know why you're in it, and I can't wait to see that wealth creation for you and abundance come into your life, because you've definitely earned it and you've put the work in, and you're here for all the right reasons. So with that, we're here. We're identifying the leaders and the future superstars here at ARK. And it might be somebody that's here right now, or someone that hasn't come in yet, that's going to shine and is going to really be that great fit. We're looking at the folks that are interacting in the tech support chat, that are receiving the people that are coming in for the first time and asking, from the most basic question to the most complex question. And we're picking out and seeing clearly who those folks are who are really going out of their way and they're doing it right. So keep up the good work. You might be the next, employee here full time with a base salary at ARK, helping people, serving others. I mean, how cool is that?
Personally, I love it. Go ahead, sir.
Brad, just a quick one, guys. It's really early in the morning, and I was actually meant to get off about an hour back. So I joined ARK probably about an hour ago. I just want to find out from you guys. I do run my own crypto school, got a few people doing here on website, just in terms of the branding and your guys' packs that we can use for informational stuff to repurpose on our websites. Do you guys have anything in place? Is there any limitations to what we can use and repurpose? I do understand, obviously, we wouldn't promote this as a product that we're doing. We're just doing this to show people how to get into these projects. Same thing like what you're doing, kind of brand, we do with quite a large crowd here. But I just want to know for our website side, what can we use? Where can we grab from?
Well, that's interesting. I think we may need to analyze what you have, your current structure, and once understanding that and clearly being able to identify the direction that you're wanting to go in. I know there's a lot of materials that are being worked on right now by the team that are going to be released. These are tools, educational modules and videos that are going to really help in the whole education part of things. So, I would ask you to get in touch with Coach Brad privately and provide him the information of where you guys are at in your community. And we'll see how we can work with you and give you the tools and the support to enable you to do what you do best, which is that educational side.
Yeah, perfect. That's great. Look, my main thing for now is I'm just kind of putting the word out there that this is available. I mean, I've just become, known to it. So it's kind of just getting the word out there. What's there? It's more just put the reference link. But to dive deeper, I'll wait for you guys to hand some stuff over, because I think that'll be a lot better. We can create our own content, but I'd prefer to have stuff from you guys. But for now, it's just more kind of just blog messages, news, articles around our teams to join up, the brave ones to get started. Thanks.
And personally, if I may ask, how well do you personally understand the system? You said you just came an hour ago. Do you still have a lot of questions? Is there information just for managing your investment to start with that you're seeking or you're feeling comfortable?
I've been in crypto since 2014. So I run a software company here. We deeply in dev. I use most of 80% of all my cryptos to help wildlife and nature here. So I buy, plots of land with my crypto. So I kind of dabble, make money, and then use it for something. So I'm quite a fay with it. Obviously, I'm reading through your guys' white paper. I really smark it. I'm already looking at that Sparks. I got in through T-Drip and Chris through another group. Obviously joining one of the groups. So yeah, I'm quite a fay with it, and I'm trying to teach people too. But DeFi is scary, man. DeFi is scary. And I've had a lot of guys lose their pants over the years. So it's trying to make sure they realize that it's those projects that are fake. It's not the entire industry.
They need a win. They need a win. And I mean, that's what ARK is built for. The bear and in one way or another, almost, repurposing folks and putting them into a passive income play where it's not get rich overnight, but really having the patience and understanding the system and why it's so fair for everyone, and being able to give them that win in a fast manner. That ROI, in our understanding and our belief, is getting an ROI is a win. Everything else past that is just bonus after bonus after bonus, but you gotta get the ROI. So we see this almost, for some folks, ARK is going to be rehab, staying away from the 100X, the butthole, whatever name of the meme at coin. And those days, man, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of it. And even then, just folks are just so used to that dopamine hit. Okay, I'm going in here, I'm going in there. And they need to just take the foot off the gas because you're getting wrecked over and over. And from what I'm hearing, Crypto Kang, you're doing that. Have you invested into any ROI DApp system before?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out which one I haven't. I've seen a lot of the names, from everything from drip to elephant to, you name it. This is why this is quite exciting, and I totally agree. The one thing we have down here is I can't tell you how many people have tried to throw their money into something. I've even looked behind. I said to them, guys, the team's not doxed. These things nothing's adding up, but you cannot tell somebody who's been on a Telegram group chatting to a few guys trying to convince them. So I'm still trying to get everybody to understand, the security concerns down here, but we are down in deep, dark Africa. So, trying to talk to anybody out there in America, especially when you're trying to swap South African rands, for these kind of cryptos, you lose a lot of money down here and people are really scared. But having said that, I think the market is huge here. And tech is starting to pick up quite drastically. So, if you even look at the stats in terms of Africa, the onboarding of cryptos is big. So I do believe that's why Cardano has got such a big following. Something like this brought down to this side would be amazing, especially if one of these ROI dApps work. That is the main thing, like you've just said. There are so many and they're all great, but they've kind of promoted the team in the beginning. All the team has grabbed all the tokens and then slowly released it to all the people that come after the fact. There's something that you said earlier, which is great, and I want to hold you to it. Well, the fact that whether you can start now, whether you start much later, it doesn't make a difference. And that's the key thing, is that if you have an app where if you don't get in early, you don't make it later, unfortunately, they never survive. And that is what's causing harm to this industry.
We've leveled the playing field, my friend. And folks are realizing it. They're understanding it. Forget it.
You guys have my support,
like, wow.
Man. I think I got sold earlier on, man. I'm in ARK. I've bought already. I've filled my vault up. I saw these Sparks things. I know you guys are having raffles every night, so obviously my FOMO is killing me. So I'm going to make sure by tomorrow morning after my meeting, I'm in that whole section there with the bonds. Yeah, I don't care where this goes, my bro. I'm in. I'll throw a gamble.
Let's go.
And it's got a cool logo. You guys are cool site, cool team, man. So yeah, let's see this, man. I'll see it through. Thanks for that.
Thank you for your support, and please do get in contact with Coach Brad, and let's see how we can work together and support you. That is another part of our initiative. We want to enable for you to do what you do best and provide any of the tools. And if you want to invite us and you want us to speak to your investors community, even if it's 3 people, 5 people, believe me, if they're serious folks and they're not there to waste their time or our time. Yeah. I don't know how many of those Brett and I have done that are not public AMAs, but if you give us the space and there's at least a couple of people who are genuinely interested, we will be there. It's our duty.
I'm working about between 3 different crypto schools run independently by friends, and they on average pick up about 20 to possibly up to 100 people, mostly every weekend. A lot of recurring people, but obviously newbies coming in, and they are constantly looking for projects like this. And unfortunately, as you said, there's nothing decent in the market. So I'm actually quite excited. Look, I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is I've already started writing this article just in preparation for you guys. I did get, mentioned that I would send it to you guys first. I did speak to T-Drip and this, Chris guy that I just met. So out of, pure common decency, I'll send it to you guys. As soon as you guys give me the go ahead, tell me what I need to do, I'm in. But thanks for that, guys, and I'm out. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day over there. And I know you've got like, what, three times a day they cut your electric off? It's brutal. It's brutal, man.
No,
it's brutal.
We in my house down the New Coast, I'm getting up to 6 to 8 hours a day. And what you won't believe is to 6 to 8 hours a day, I still pay more than 3 or 4 times the electricity than anybody else does. 60% of the nation don't even pay electricity. And now that I put solar panels on my house, they are now going to charge me a monthly fee for my own solar panels so that I'm off the grid. So now I have to pay the government a monthly fee. That's what they're trying to propose for my solar panel to take me off the grid. And you wouldn't believe it that if you use more electricity than a certain amount, you actually start paying more. So they've got this whole scheme. Oh, bro, I'm done. So just make this
who are
make
these
money, bro,
criminals?
so I can get free electricity, bro. Huh?
Who are these criminals? This is the electric company that's charging you. That's robbery, man.
It's our government. We had the State of Nation address tonight, and they basically, we're in trouble, bro. So just maybe I'll just buy some ARK and I'll jump on the ARK and buy out of here one day. I'm on it.
Well, we've got 2 advisors.
The ARK and road.
Yeah, we've got 2 advisors here at ARK. They're on our web page. That's Diamond and Airfire. Diamond is born and raised in South Africa, and Airfire's from the UK, but he's living over there in South Africa. They're partners, co-creators in a project called Bridge DeFi. Great folks. They're doing amazing stuff. Airfire was here for about a month in my home in November, pre-launch. Yeah. I invited him over. Hey, let's meet in person. Let's talk personally. And he that's how I know about this stuff, because they're advisors here. And it's really tough, but you just blew my mind that they would charge you a penalty, a tax for wanting to have more than 6 to 8 hours, paying 4 times the rate.
Yeah,
that is unbelievable. But they want to move here. I live in the Canary Islands, by the way.
Yeah.
They want out. They want to come here, or Portugal, which is really cool too. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm out. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, my electricity tonight, just before I joined this chat, I think it tripped in the region of 6 to 8 times. I'm lucky I've got an inverter. I checked the neighbor next door. Both his TVs are short-circuited, finished. So, and that's what people don't realize is this load shedding is not sitting with 8 hours without any power only. I've lost 3 screens. I had a whole workshop of PCs that went down. So yeah, it's next level, dude. But having said that, this industry is it's because this industry is so decentralized and it's so far away from what we have in terms of corruption. You must understand that this cryptos is picking up huge steam here because they're starting to realize, hey, hang on, we don't have to put any money in their account anymore by going this route. And this is why when you see these groups on a Sunday, they're largely dominated by majority of the population, and they are getting into cryptos deep. And just by going, you wouldn't believe, and not to put any other projects out there, not that I'm really backing them, but you wouldn't believe how many people we brought in through Drip at the time. It's just a pity it went nowhere. So if this has got a sustainable model, yeah, and we bring it in, we bring it in here, and this is what it is saying what it's going to do. I mean, yeah, I think you guys have got a good market here. And I'm backing. I'm going to be in here for the next week or 2, just sussing it out. I'll put the articles out. I'm backing. And as soon as I'm in, bro, you'll hear me very loud this side.
Thank you so much. Great meeting you, Crypto Kang. Welcome on board. And I'll give a shout out to T-Drip for bringing you, man. Amazing. A lot of potential here that we can.
Please do, bro. I've dropped Coach Brad a tip there as well, bro.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Good night. Well, good day. All right, folks. Man, you came here for the truth, reality. You're getting it. Man, paying 3-4 times the price. I mean, the things we take for granted. As we said, a lot of us, in America or Europe, and, reading a headline, 90% devaluation overnight, February 1st, Lebanon, man. How are those people, man? How are they handling that situation? Everything's costing you, so much more. life savings, just gone. Anyway, Coach Brad, are you ready, sir? We had a break from the all aboard because we had a big celebration here, man. Talk about a great podcast, man. I couldn't sleep for hours after that. I was pumped, man. There was just so much excitement and gratefulness running through my veins, and some folks said some really amazing comments and showed a lot of appreciation and respect and gratitude to the team and the project and the community. Great interaction. Thank you for those folks that were here. It was really a special event.
Certainly was, and I don't know how much you've been concentrating on your screen, but the ILC I noticed had a nice pump over the last 30 minutes. So I had a little look in the chat, and we had a 950 BUSD buy, a 3,800 BUSD buy, another 3,800, 4,750, and a 963 buy, all in the last half an hour. So people are starting to get it.
Bye.
Yes, sir.
All aboard!
Indeed. So the first thing I wanted to talk about this evening is that the new method that people can participate with the All Aboard segment, which is the sweep widget. It's up in the chat for constantly 24 hours. You can join at any time. There's no time limit on it. It runs from the end of the podcast to the beginning of the podcast, and you can do it at any time throughout the day. It's in the pinned messages, and it is super easy to do. You just click on the link, you log in with your email address, and then you go through the tasks. The entire thing from beginning to end takes less than 5 minutes, and you get entered every single day to win between $50 and $100 worth of ARK, which can significantly
Could you please repeat that? How much?
$50 to $100 worth of ARK a day.
Jeez. Woo!
Yes, sir. Like that is
everybody. Everybody can do that.
Every single person here, whether you're invested with ARK, you don't even have to be invested with ARK to take part, because if you win, you get an investment. The airdrop goes straight to your Vault account, and if you're an existing investor, that's fantastic because it grows your Vault account. And if you're not, and you win, then you automatically become invested here at ARK, and that is just a huge opportunity. You can get a free investment in the biggest growing platform in DeFi right now. I mean, that is just insane. Absolutely insane. And there's no limit to the amount of times you can win. It's the same as the Spark reward. If you are the lucky winner, then you are the lucky winner. And we already know from the previous segment giveaways that we've had multiple double winners. I mean, imagine winning 100 BUSD worth of ARK 2 times in a row, twice a week, and then winning it again in the future. It is just an insane opportunity for 5 minutes of your time. I mean, I can't stress this enough, guys. We need to get the community engagement up. We need to let everybody know about this. Tell your friends, tell your family. It's super easy to do. And once you've done it, you don't even have to take screenshots and all that stuff. It's really easy, really quick, and can be hugely profitable.
All I do is win, no matter what.
So yeah, that is the first thing that I wanted to say. And guys, we're going to stress this every single day in the podcast. Me and Fortunate are constantly posting this throughout the day, throughout a 24-hour period, so that nobody misses it. Every couple of hours it's there, but it's in the pinned messages 24 hours a day. It never goes away. It's always there. Really easy to find, really easy to do. So everybody get involved, help out the community, help out the content creators, and help yourself, because we all grow together. This is how we go from being a average Joe to a savage Joe or Jane. Super easy, guys. Super easy. And one of the pieces of content that is up tonight, well, all day, all night last night, and all the way up until now, is the piece of content that I've decided to show this evening. This guy has been working super hard. He just started on Medium a month ago, and he pumps out Medium articles practically on the daily. He's actually with us here tonight as well, and he's unaware that we are, showing his content tonight. So that's a nice surprise. And that is Mr. Donatello. He has been killing it. The Crypto Cave is his channel, and this guy has just been putting the work in on Medium, on YouTube, and he totally deserves the support from the community and the algorithm pump, which gets him out there and helps spread the net for ARK. So that's great to see. Well done. Hats off, Donatello. You've been doing great, buddy.
I appreciate it, man. And I talked to Atlas. I just kind of made a shift in how I'm doing things, and the last video I just posted, I just shared with some of the people that follow me, and some of the guys even in my Telegram chat is, I'm more focused on Arkfi at the moment. So pretty much majority of the content that I'm pushing out now is all about ARK. I just did a video kind of starting with more educating, starting kind of from the beginner phase for onboarding, and then I'm going to go down and just push out more education on Arkfi and just like everything about Arkfi right now on my channel mainly. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. So I'm gonna put my focus mainly on that.
Great, Donatello. I watched your video where you announced the ARK Cave. So cool. Appreciate the vote of confidence, man. I'm glad you see what's going on here, and you're not going all in, but you're going all in. It's great to see, and it was great to see your daughter as well in that walkthrough video. You real candid, and I think people appreciate your message because you're 100% right. What else is paying out there? What else is better than what Arkfi is right now? I see a lot of chitter chatter in the Telegram channels about this project or that project, but at the end of the day, ARK's paying the bills, right? So well done, sir, and appreciate the effort and look forward to seeing more of your videos and articles. You're doing an awesome job. Thank you.
Yeah, he's doing amazing. And who doesn't want to be on a winning team, folks? I shouldn't want to be on a losing team. This game's about winning and losing. I want to be on the winning side. And I think Donatello and so many folks are understanding that, and they're gravitating towards that. We all need a win, folks. So very inspiring, Donatello. I already told you in DMs this. I see that you're tapped in, and you're tuned in, and you're turned on to ARK. You see the potential, and you want to be one of these leaders out there. You want to be those guys that say, I came in to ARK before any of you guys, because he was, advising us and connecting us with people. We're going back 8-9 months ago. I don't know how many folks know that. I've said it a couple times on our podcast, but, he knew about ARK before there was ever an ARK. Because the first thing we did is to research and understand, what are we going to do? I mean, how are we going to create something that could stand the test of time and give people a win consistently and be an opportunity for anyone globally, no matter at which point they hear of ARK?
Another thing.
Much love and respect. Go ahead, Coach Brad.
Thank you, sir. Another thing about Donatello as well, like he, I'm not, I want people to do this, so I'm not saying this, in any detrimental way, but, he's not creating this content to get on the segment and have his stuff shown, because he doesn't even send it to me. It's just, he makes so much content, and I'm subscribed to him on Medium and YouTube, that wherever I go, I see his stuff. That's how much content he's making. If you're on Medium and you check it regularly like I do, I'm constantly seeing stuff from him on YouTube and Medium. So, I want, like I said, that's not a detrimental thing. I want everybody to send me their content. That's what the segment's about. But he's doing this, purely because he believes in the platform and he wants to see it grow, and he wants to grow his syndicate, which is, what everybody should be doing. So, he doesn't even DM me his content.
Each one of those articles, each one of those videos, it's like a fisherman putting the lure on the hook and putting it in the water, right? Or the folks that, catch the lobsters, they throw the cages, right, into the abyss, or they can crawl in, and it just keeps on giving through the test of time. There's going to be folks 6 months from now, a year from now, looking at the, who the real OG ARK YouTubers, writers, TikTokers, Twitter fiends, moving the Twitter fingers all around. Come on. That's going to keep on giving and giving. And the best part is, instead of catching a fish, you're really catching a person, an investor, someone that you're going to educate. You're going to be airdropping, blessing them with those rewards, and being a catalyst, the point of entry into so much abundance and wealth creation. Come on.
Exactly.
Let's get this crypto, folks.
Exactly that.
Serving others. You win by serving others. And that is, I believe, the highest level of living. That's my opinion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's the greatest wealth. And that's the greatest reward. And that's the greatest trophy. When you can look back and say, whew, I can only imagine how Brandon feels, for example, and how many folks he was able to improve and change their lives. Patrick, Cryptozoa, the army of writers that he's created, and the abundance, wealth creation, life-changing. These guys are doing charity. Real. Not that bullshit stuff of like, oh, we're going to, scam some people. No, really having an impact. And the gratefulness and that feeling of, I've done something special and I've helped people. There is no greater reward, friends. You want to save the world? Man, you got to get yourself first in the right position. You want to help your friends? Get educated, learn yourself, help and free them. You've got power, go and empower somebody else. And ARK meets all of those criteria, folks. Let's get this crypto.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And just going back to something you said there, I really like that, the fishing analogy, because every time somebody makes a piece of content, whether it be a Medium article or a YouTube video or a TikTok or whatever it may be, you're giving yourself a permanent opportunity to grow your syndicate and bring people aboard the ARK. These things don't go away. In 6 months' time, a year's time, this content that you make now, the hard work that you put in now, will bear fruit for the entire time that you are in and on the ARK. So, you know, it's a fantastic thing. And, you know, we're seeing that people are starting to recognize that left, right, and center. And the content creators, that they're coming, you know, in herds. So it's fantastic to see. And I think everybody should be, you know, making, even if it's you've never done it before, give yourself that opportunity. You know, don't let Donatello take all of the investors for himself. Give yourself an opportunity to be one of these people out there, because, you know, in 6 months, a year's time, whenever the market takes that big turnaround, and you know, there's this huge influx of investors everywhere, and they're searching, oh, what's ARK? What's this ARK thing? Oh my God, you know, I need to get involved in ARK. And they're seeing, you know, Brandon, SK, Donatello, all these people, that is going to bear fruit. So it's not just for now that this content is going to propel your investment and help and give people opportunities. It's a permanent opportunity to help somebody, get them involved, and help yourself at the same time. Did somebody want to make a comment? I think I heard somebody unmute their mic. Okay. So I'm actually having some internet issues. My internet has completely dropped off the face of the earth, and I switched over to my phone, luckily, before it cut the podcast out. So I'll be sharing my screen on my phone to go over Donatello's article, which I really liked, because I haven't seen too many articles focused solely on the foundation. And, you know, we need more of that, because the foundation is a huge entry point for the investment. And it really resonates with people, you know, from the real world who aren't in crypto, because, you know, whatever sector you're in or whatever part of your life you're in, everybody understands that fiat in the bank is just decaying, you know, day after day, week after week. So the foundation, you know, we call it you know, it's like a high yield savings account. So, you know, that really resonates with people in the real world, and they're like, what, 100% APR? Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not even getting $10 a year in my bank, you know? So it's a great thing. I think we need some more content focused on the foundation. And when I read it, I instantly knew this was something that I wanted to share with the community, because it is a foundation-based Medium article, and it's a great read. So I'll share my screen, and just let me know if it may just look the same, but I've never gone over anything in the segment on my phone. So let's see how this goes. Can you see my screen? Is the quality good? Is it look okay?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay. So yeah, as I said, everybody go and follow Donatello, because he's got some great stuff on Medium. You know, he's really pushing out the content, and it's good stuff. You know, he's not just writing for the sake of it. He's taken to Medium like a fish to water. He's a great writer, in my opinion. So this is called Stake, Earn and Qualify with the ARK Foundation. Are you tired of low yield savings account that offer little to no rewards? Well, it's time to say goodbye to those and hello to the ARK Foundation, where you can earn a variable yield and unlock referral levels by depositing BUSD or Arkfi. Yes, you read that right. You can earn passive income just by depositing your BUSD or Arkfi into the ARK Foundation. But wait, it gets better. Not only can you earn a high yield, but you also get to participate in the daily Spark Reward prize pool drawing and qualify for referral levels in the ARK Vault. The ARK Foundation is a smart choice for your savings. You know, I think that resonates with everybody who's got money in the bank. You know, not everybody has money in the bank, but
You know, the people that do, this is going to grab your attention. You know, this is, everybody knows that the money in your bank does nothing for you. So this is instantly, you've got the person's attention, and now they're really involved. They can't wait to read on. But what exactly is the ARK Foundation? It's a variable yield staking protocol that combines the power of the Arkfi token and stability of BUSD, creating a bond. Each bond is composed of equal shares 50-50 of Arkfi and BUSD. Once your deposit is staked, you will start earning a variable yield based on a proportion of taxes collected by the ARK Foundation. This yield will be paid out in BUSD. Screenshots and images, you know, just like the starting image, very, very important for Medium, guys. You want to grab people's attention, you know, and someone holding a hand for the golden coins certainly grabs your attention. So very important, and it's clear that he understands that. Excuse me. But that is not all. The value of your staked bond will also determine your qualification for the syndicate referral reward levels 1 to 15, which will be displayed on your ARK Foundation dashboard. And if you want to maintain your syndicate reward level, all you need to do is add more BUSD from time to time. That is in regards to the price fluctuation, which, to be completely honest, we don't see at ARK, but is possible. If you're still not convinced, let me tell you about the 10% deposit withdrawal tax allocation. The 10% deposit and withdrawal tax is allocated as follows. 6% goes into a reward pool, where 2% is paid out every 24 hours based on your ownership of the pool. 2% is immediately distributed to bond stakers based on their ownership of the pool. 2% sent to the ARK Treasury. 90% of the bond is staked. 90% of the bond staked is sent to the protocol-owned liquidity pool to support and appreciate the price of Arkfi, while providing deep liquidity to reduce price volatility. Here are some of the benefits of staking bonds with the ARK Foundation. Liquidity. All bond stakes are liquid and there's no lock-in period. That's huge. You know, people that understand investment, whenever you see any type of high yield, it's, staked for, sometimes it's up to a year, but it's generally 90 days, 180 days, a year. That doesn't exist at ARK. It's liquid, in and out whenever you want it. You put your money in, you earn your yield on it, and then if you need to take it out at any point, no problem. Subject to 10% tax, but that is the only thing you need to be aware of. It's completely liquid. You can take it in and out whenever you want. Instant rewards. Receive a BUSD reward instantly when ARK Foundation deposit or withdrawal occurs. Daily rewards. Get a BUSD reward paid daily from a tax-funded rewards pool. Compound rewards. Compound your BUSD rewards to increase your bond stake. Referral rewards. Use your bond value staked USD to qualify for referral reward levels in the ARK Vault. And that's massive as well. Some people, may not be able to afford a legacy NFT, but they've got 5 referrals, and you don't want to miss out on their deposits. You don't want to miss out on their compounds in the round robin. So you can just stake $250 worth of bond to get your first downline level. Then as you build your position at ARK, you bring some on board some new investors. You use some of your profits, you can stake another $250 to $500 to gain your level 2, so on and so forth. So you don't need to go straight in with a legacy NFT. You can go the bonds route. It's just fantastic. Prize pool. Gain entry to the daily Spark Reward prize pool drawing, which I think a lot of people are starting to recognize is a huge thing. Winning the Spark Rewards just propels your investment. Atlas has said it a few times, it's nitro, and it really is. I've been lucky enough to win the Spark Rewards early on, and it just made the biggest enhancement to my investment. I couldn't believe, I went from earning the daily rewards that I was earning the day after was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. And if you're lucky enough, like Mistletoes, to win it twice, then you are just in a whole different ballpark. Are you ready to start earning with the ARK Foundation? Here are 2 easy ways to get started. Use ARKFi profits, deposit ARKFi, and a portion will be used to purchase BUSD and the state bond. So that's the other thing as well. You don't even have to buy 2 separate tokens. There's no messing around. You can just either use BUSD or ARKFi, and the system will create the liquidity pair for you and stake it. You just need to purchase the amount you want, and the system does the work for you, which from my experience is often not the way. Usually you have to buy 2 separate tokens and you have to pair them to create the LP. So, DeFi simplified. Fresh capital. Deposit BUSD, and a portion will be used to purchase ARKFi and state bond. So same thing, use your BUSD, and it will buy the ARKFi token for you, and it will pair it. Absolutely fantastic. So what are you waiting for? Start growing your rewards today. You have 2 options to start earning. You can either deposit ARKFi or you can deposit BUSD. And if you want to increase your rewards even further, all you need to do is compound your available BUSD rewards, no tax. This will increase your pool ownership, and you'll be on your way to earning even more passive income. Exactly that. I don't know about anybody else, how they're managing their investment, but my ARK wallets that have bonds staked in the foundation, every day or so, every couple of days, I compound that back in, increasing my position in the foundation. In conclusion, the ARK Foundation is like a savings account that pays a high yield in BUSD, with the added utility of qualifying for referral reward levels and the daily Spark reward drawing. So go ahead and join the ARK Foundation today and start earning passive income while contributing to the growth of the ARK Foundation. So what are you waiting for? Start staking, earning, and qualify today with the ARK Foundation. And remember, let your returns compound and grow with the ARK Foundation, and watch your rewards store. Sheesh.
Man, Donatello, you got to drop the mic on that one. Wow.
Yes, sir. I mean, you would think that, this is one of the Catalyst articles, a very accomplished writer who's been writing for a long time. He's taken to Medium so quickly, and, he's become a fantastic writer. But I just want to point out something, guys, because I'm not taking anything away from Donatello. He is very good at what he's doing. But there's nothing in here that's highly complicated. He's taken the time, educated himself, understands the way the foundation works, and he's put it on paper. It's not highly complicated. He's been writing Medium articles for a little over a month. This is just another fantastic example of how someone can go outside of their comfort zone, start, and become very good very quickly. It's simple. It's really easy. This stuff is not rocket science. You do not need to be Kelly Snook to start writing these articles, guys. You really don't. And like I said, not taking anything away from Donatello, because he is very good at this, but he's just educated himself. He's taken that time. He understands it. And now look how good he is at writing these articles, and he bangs these out every day or a couple of days. They're not all ARK articles. He's just writing articles left, right, and centre. They are mainly focused on ARK, because, as he said himself, is his main focus at the moment with his writing and his channel. But anybody can do this stuff, and this is just another great example of how easy it is to get started, and before you know it, be very, very good at it. So that's great. And then he's put the links to the white paper. I'm assuming Join ARKFi is the swap page, and then he's got his ARK Cave and the YouTube channel. So he's got his disclaimer, and as I always like to say, these 5 tags you put are super important, because people searching for these things, this is the how the algorithm works. So always include Arkfi, because we're trying to build the Arkfi algorithm within the Medium platform. Cryptocurrency for me personally is a no-brainer. DeFi, passive income, ARK Foundation, all really good tags to pump that algorithm and get the right audience members for your articles. So go over, give Donatello a follow, read through his stuff, learn from this guy. He's absolutely killing it. And he's probably busy creating content and stuff, but I'm sure if you reached out to him and asked him for some tips and advice, I'm sure he'd be happy to oblige. And if not, contact me. This is what I'm here for, guys. Donatello didn't need to contact me. He's a very educated person. He did the work himself, but not saying that anybody else isn't educated. I just mean educated within the ARK system. But this is what I'm here for. I can help you to get to this point very, very quickly. It's just about knowledge, taking the tools and using them. So please contact me if you want to write a Medium article or create a YouTube video or any type of content, or if you just want a better understanding of the system, you want to sign someone up, you want to approach somebody, please hit me up. I'm always here. And Donatello, fantastic work, sir. I'd clap on this, but I've already clapped. I clap everything you do, buddy. I think you're working really hard. It's all great content.
Amazing. We got Max Power joining the podcast all the way live from Australia. The man's always ahead.
How you going, Atlas?
Fantastic, brother.
How good is it just when the market dips and just smoking the pipe with ARK sitting at the same price? Just chilling, not worried about any dips. There's a meme in that for sure.
Calm, cool, and collected, my friend. Amazing. The growth, the community, the leaders are showing up. I mean, the great folks like the likes of yourself, Max Power, and Bidesy Dips. He was hanging out with us here last night. We had our 100th podcast. Man, what a vibe it was here. It always is, but it was just extra special, man. There was something in the air, and it was the essence of winning, of folks just feeling, understanding how these contracts just keep printing, and it just gets better and better every single day.
Yeah. One thing that I must say that Bidesy Dip said right from the start, he said he thought it'll take 2 to 3 months for the broader community to figure out what's going on here and start coming in, and that's sort of how it's exactly playing out. So certainly for those of us here at the start, and I can see a number of people who were here from the early days, it's just nice to see the rewards that you guys are getting for all the work you're putting in and other people waking up to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys are approaching your ROI as everyone else? There's a couple people already saying they got ROI.
Yeah, well, I think if you include the legacy NFT expense as well, probably about 3 weeks off. Yeah, about 3 weeks off, I'd say. So,
feels good to get a win.
Pretty cool.
So fast.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, it's crazy. I mean, time kind of flies. I mean, we have 50 odd days. I think we're doing a video next week on our sort of 2 month or 8 week kind of update that we're going to do. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's been 55, 56 days already. Just sort of
it's
on by.
Exactly.
So All
No,
starts
actually,
adding up.
53. 53. We are up for the past 24 hours, 1.32%. And for the week, we are up 4.46%.
Yeah.
Looking beautiful, my friend. And you know, what a way to bring folks into the ROI. You know, seeing all-time highs happen. We had a massive one yesterday. I think it was like $1,450 worth of ARK that got deposited into that winner's ARK Vault account. I mean, I don't care if you even got a max wallet. Just getting that amount of ARK is just taking, you know, your investment to another level. You know, we're calling it nitro mode at ARK. If you're a Spark winner.
I know. We haven't managed to pick one up yet in 50 odd days, so we're due. I think I see Brandon got one straight away the other day. I was a little bit jealous.
So deserving, man. So deserving. I couldn't have written a better story. And that's the overwhelming feeling that I get, Max. You know, as everything plays out, you know, you create a plan, you create a vision, you set goals, you set targets, and you go to work tirelessly without any room for a break. You know, without any room for relaxing. You know, you guys relax. You guys be calm, cool, and collected. You know, we are here just pedal to the metal, aggressive, and just giving it all and then some. And, you know, listening to the feedback of the community and improving and upgrading. And I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but, you know, according to that vision, the plan, expectations that you set through your hard work, sometimes the narratives are so much more surprising. And, you know, like I like to say that. I mean, I could have written it better.
Yeah.
Through the way that things are played out.
I think what stands out to me about ARK is the attention to detail. I think there's a lot of crypto projects out there that do some great stuff and work hard, and it's a 24/7 industry. But I think the attention to detail in the white paper, the thought through of the project, you know, you guys pretty much have an answer for any question that comes your way. And even just how all the contracts have just worked. I mean, maybe the launch, it was like pushed back a couple of days or whatever, but everything always worked as described. And I think that's a really difficult and rare thing in crypto in my experience. It's not easy launching these contracts with money going in, and, you know, you guys were way that your UI looks is different to everyone else, but things, you know, if something doesn't work, it gets fixed really quickly, and the communication there. So just that attention to detail on, you know, every component has been, pretty impressive. So
great.
I think that would
great
be
feedback.
What stands out to me.
Amazing. And I concur. I agree. The attention to detail and as you said, there are teams that work hard, but not harder, or smarter, in my opinion. If I may,
like you guys, you don't have to put the blue
stuff.
text. You don't have to put the blue text on the website that says you're not eligible. You're eligible for a Spark reward, but there are little improvements like that just do make a difference to just positioning the product as being premium, and, you know, that sort of strive to elevate the level to higher than other projects.
That intention was set a long time ago, and it's the same sort of feeling you get, you know, when you go to that 4-star resort and you're greeted and folks look in your eyes and know your name, and they're going to go out of their way to make sure that your experience is memorable, special, and that you're catered to in any way that they can.
Absolutely. No, it's a great job. Bizy Dips was telling me there's been a few other crypto kind of big names popping into the podcast that he's seen as well. So I'm sure you guys are having other conversations out there too.
Always. It's important, and we believe in being united, with other communities. We share the same investors, at least for now. I mean, we're tapping into a completely different audience, as I'm sure you're aware what our prime directive is here. It is moving from the pond to the ocean to cast the big net. That is our strategy. That is our prime directive. That is our plan, and that's what's going to just blow people away as to what's happening here. We've said it time and time again. 100,000 ARK Vault accounts would be an absolute failure. We're not here for that. So
yeah, I noticed the accounts are picking up a bit more pace now.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Great to see. The right people are getting involved. The right people are having that light bulb moment, and they're understanding that everything about ARK is different. So the smart money is getting in, and they're bringing their smart money and friends and investors on board as well. And it's that network effect. And, as this really starts to move, this is, I believe, the calm before the storm.
Yeah,
in a positive way.
Usually do over time. So obviously I've got a couple of wallets, and there's one that I'm just, I play in a couple of them all just a bit differently. And it's actually one that I'm kind of just taking the rewards on the 1.33 and just redepositing the ARK in there. And it's amazing actually how, compared to the ones we just seeing the little differences each day in how you play it, how that after 50 days starts actually making a big difference depending on what your goal is with all this. Obviously, I'm taking out in other wallets, but it's just, I think that's what makes this interesting too. And the fact that people, maybe those little actions you take each day in the vault, they do start really, creating different outcomes over 50 odd days.
Interesting.
I don't know if other people here are mixing it up across different wallets or not, but really starting to see that.
I think some are. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what the best way was to play it, so I just thought in a few different wallets. I've got go 5 and 2, you do 4 and 3, you do one where you redeposit, and at least one of them will work out for the best.
Or all of them. Why not?
I'm pretty confident in all of them, to be honest. So.
Absolutely, man. Great to have you here, Max. And I love your guys' videos. I've sent your videos out to, we could call them institutional level, friends, investors. I've felt that the way that you guys go through it, it's I come from the banking sector and business development, and we have a certain criteria when we are going to take 2, 3, 4, 10 minutes of our time to look at something that's almost too good to be true. And the way you guys did it, it just screams these are very smart folks that know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it in a responsible manner and projecting. So I was expecting to have something like that coming from the community or, at some point. But again, like you say, you have these criteria and things that you'd like to get to, but sometimes they just happen quicker and sooner. And, I've always been one to not put too high of expectations that can put a lot of added pressure, and you got to keep it real and realistic and understand that everything's a process. As we get the mobile app, V1 in place, we have to get there. We're close. We're very close. The external, investments, we're close, very close. And there's certain milestones that we know will have that sonic boom that everyone's going to hear it. And you're just like, where's ARK? Where? Which way? That? Oh, okay.
Well, the thing is it's like any deal that you do, right? I mean, you don't announce stuff before you sign dotted lines. We've all been there where stuff falls through that you think's going to happen. So I think especially managing the expectation on the utility and investment side, whilst, providing enough to know that, you've been thinking about it for a long time. So, 100% the right way to go. And then obviously if it's a nice surprise for the community, then that's great, rather than just hitting something that you've already promised and people know about for sure.
Absolutely. And a couple of tricks and surprises, up the sleeves, and some interesting developments that are going to come to fruition soon that I think are going to have a shock and awe effect of like, okay, that fits perfectly here. And, that plan is going to bring so much more of that, prime directive customer here. And it's going to bring the DeFi investors into those business opportunities and earnings over there. And, synchronizing, combining and melding everything together is going to be like remember the Transformers where they, you could connect them and create something bigger, Voltron. I don't know if that's the name of it, going back to my childhood, but these pieces are going to come into play and create a much bigger entity and a function as they click in together, if that makes sense.
No, that's great. I hope at some stage, Atlas, that you do able to have a break, even if it's for a day or two. We all need it sometimes.
Yeah, we were joking about it the other day because my wife's like, hey, maybe tonight you don't do the podcast. I'm like, honey, you've known me for so many years. You know my ethic and the way that I, commit. But we were joking the other night. There was a video we looked at from an Italian YouTuber, and he's done Italian, language videos for us before, but he did one in English, and he was a guest here, and man, we loved his energy. He was banging on the table, and he's like, you be the one to tell your friend you got the ROI, not your friend telling you, that you got the ROI you should get in. I was like, dude, I love this guy's energy. I'm like, man, there's Ivan. If I take, one day off, you're going to be the host here, man. We're going to give you the soundboard. You're going to be clicking and like, bring it on, man. So not planned for any time in the near future. And I've been asked the question, hey, Atlas, when is it done? When is enough, or when, is there that moment? And, from my, personal and past experience, I don't believe in that, because there's always a new goal. There's always a new desire. There's always a way to improve or expand, or, in any business, you're doing well, you're growing. Now let's go do the satellite office in Asia. Let's expand on this, or let's, get components where we could fine tune it so it's more profitable, do in-house manufacturing there. So it's a job that's never done. And, the journey here, I mean, you guys are seeing a small part of it. This is right now the crown jewel, but there will be components, like I said, that are going to plug in that are not visible yet, but they're being worked on, which is great. So a lot of planning, a lot of work, a lot of secrecy that you have to. There's a lot of folks looking for IP out there and great ideas, and you want to be 10 steps ahead.
Have you been approached at all around white labeling the ILC? Because I know that was something you guys mentioned back at the start. Obviously, when people were asking you guys for the contract.
No, we haven't, and we haven't expected that to happen so soon. I think it's still got a lot more to prove that it's not your grandmother's LMS, and and it's not really, I would say, here on the docket of first move. Let's get external revenue coming in. That's going to be an added bonus. I mean, we also have the contracts for the legacy NFT marketplace, but those contracts are, created in a way that other projects can come and use them as well. It's got buy, sell, auction. So we made it for our investors, our community, but it's, again, software as a service for others. So we're waiting through the process of the rebranding that we're doing. I don't know if you got a glimpse of it we posted and pinned a video giving you a sneak peek into the V40 mobile app, where we want to be in a few months. You did take a look at it?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Great. So once we have the website, the D app, matching with the progressive web app version V1, then we're going to incorporate and do the front end, because it's kind of pointless, right, to build the front end with this design and then redo it. So we're waiting for that, but the contracts are ready, way ahead of schedule. And I think folks are realizing that this team is just killing it, and they're on fire. So that the things as they come and they're folded and laid out in front of the folks, I think speaks for itself.
Well, I think if you're a new project and you wanted a LMS, I mean, you'd be knocking on your door, you'd think.
Well, that's part of the plan. That's part of the plan, and when they come, we built it. We're here, and it's almost good in a way that's not really developing so much, because we're so into the work that's being done and the creation, and so focused, because we know those are the game changers. These are the pieces that are gonna, bring that sonic boom effect that we almost don't, me, personally, I would prefer not to distract the team from their very clear set goals and timelines. It's all about managing time and being as effective as possible. But we'll get there. They will come.
Absolutely. No, great work.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Great to get to share with you guys and create. I mean, we're all co-creators in this experience. We're all in this sharing this reality of this journey and having fun along the way, which is also important.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get sick of your sound effects on this podcast every day.
Funny. I get tired of hearing my voice to the sound effects too, but you never know who walks in, right? And it's their first time. You're like, man, these guys have some fun, right?
Yeah. The music, it's been enough days where it's now by association, some of those noises, and it's all part of the brand now.
Yes, exactly. It's like, it's almost if I don't hit the button, you're like, hey, is Atlas, did he go to the bathroom? Is he drinking some water? Is he distracted? Is he in a DM? Happy days, and thank you for joining us. When are you golfing again?
We've got not this weekend, but the following weekend. Yeah, we've got there's actually about a dozen of us going for 2 days of golf, and I assume a few days of beers as well. So we're pretty. We have there's a jacket on the line and everything. So with some very early tee off times, which do bring some people undone. But yeah, we've all got some accommodation with our own little chipping green and stuff as well. So we're pretty pumped for that.
Amazing. Look forward to hearing how you guys did, and we've got a new investor here. His name is Crypto Putter. He's a small YouTuber that. Okay, man, we're so happy to have him here. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's good.
Great guy.
I watched one of his. He is on YouTube. Yeah.
Yes, sir. He's living the dream. I think he golfs like 5 days a week or 6 days a week. He's really living the dream, and it's great to see people, enjoying their life and their retirement. He's a retired military member. So he's on all kinds of tournaments, and I'm living vicariously and learning through him that whole experience. It's not a world that I've partaken in. I work too much to have, those type of experiences. So it's good. It's good to hear. It's good to understand.
Yeah, I guess there's not a lot of golf being played by the ARK team in the last 100 days.
No, sir. No, sir. So let's see here. We are 3 hours and 44 minutes in. No, 2 hours and 44. Mr. Z, let's move on to the DeFi sessions. And I'm getting a lot of questions, Mr. Z. When are we picking, and how are we picking the meme winners or winner? How's that going? And Max, thanks for coming on board. Great conversation, brother. I know
Thank
Z's
you, Max.
waiting
people.
on the sidelines. On the sidelines. Yes, sir. Talk to us. Give us some memes.
Yeah.
Who's there, who's not there, what's happening, what's happening in crypto. I mean, there's so much, man.
Absolutely.
It's all yours.
So on the meme winners, I did post them to Brad. I believe Akash forwarded them to you. We chose 3 lovely winners. Brad, do you want to do it tonight or do you want to do it tomorrow?
I was going to do it at the end of the All Aboard segment, but I don't know what happened there. I was calling people out in the community, asked Catalyst what he thought about the article, and no one was responding, and then it kicked me, and I was like, oh no, the recording's going to have stopped, and I came back in, and Atlas was having a conversation with Max, so first of all, did I manage to get through the Medium article before it kicked me, before I went silent? Because I was talking the
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you were
But
good.
I didn't hear any call out though. So the timing must have been perfect.
Right, okay, yeah, because I asked Catalyst what you thought, and then I asked Brett what he thought, and then I asked Atlas what he thought, and not a single person responded, and I thought, oh, okay. I thought tough crowd when Atlas doesn't respond. Right, at least I got through the article, that is the main point, and the recording didn't stop, which I'm very happy about. That's great because it kicked me out of the Telegram. I'm assuming you all saw me leave and come back. So I don't know what happened there, but I have had some internet issues this evening. So yeah, I'm not sure. But...
It was
Cool.
flawless. I didn't detect anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that is great. Awesome. Well, Z, did you want to present these winners? Did you want me to present the winners? How did you want to go about it? Because I've got them here. I can share my screen and go through it. Or did you want to do it? I mean, what did you want to do, buddy?
Yeah, dude, you do the honoraries, man. You spin the wheel for us. You do the things, man. You show us the memes, man. Like, or do you want to do it tomorrow? Do you want to do it tonight or tomorrow?
Let's do it tomorrow. We're going long.
Yeah.
Tonight.
No worries.
Again. Again, we just go. So let's go DeFi, man. I'm hearing. I don't even look at the charts. Why look at a chart when you're an ARK? Like, who cares what Bitcoin? Who cares Ethereum? Like, I've been freed from that. Just focused here and understanding that, Ethereum isn't printing, 2% a day, and Bitcoin isn't doing that. Gold isn't doing that. Oil, futures, anything out there is not doing what ARK is doing and the way it's doing it. So, fill me in. What's happening out there, with the flopping and groping people who are probably way too over leveraged for their own good.
Yeah. So what's going on in the real world right now is all the tech stocks are basically down, with bond yields going up, and it's had a snowball effect on everything. Unemployment claims were up today more than estimated, and if you do look at the charts, we're seeing complete. The Nasdaq was down, BTC took a big swing, and we are in a cusp of a sort of maybe we go even lower to 19K, 18K. So that's what's happening with BTC. All tech stocks are down, and we're back into the fear of things. That's how the current climate is looking, unfortunately. So we will be going through a bit of consolidation at that point and seeing how that sort of works out. But yeah, we have dipped quite a bit in BTC and Ethereum. Ethereum's back to 1,500. And but apart from that, ARK is continuing to print. And if you don't mind, can I play the video one more time? Because I think it's a special video. It's a preview to our app. And I want to play it.
Yes, sir.
Give me 1 second. Let's go.
So what was your reaction the first time you saw it?
The first time I saw it, I thought I confused it for an Apple commercial or something, a perfume advert. I was like, am I in the wrong thing? And then when I looked into it deeper, I was like, wait a sec. This is ARK. This is our app.
We were teasing you guys. We were dropping hints as much as we could without, giving too much away, as we like to do here, But so you were impressed?
Oh, speechless, my friend, speechless. I mean, I knew it was going to be great, but when I opened up that my phone and I looked at the video, I was like, wait a sec, this is something else. We're part of something much bigger. And you've seen it. I mean, you see the buys that we're having right now. You're seeing as Catalyst said, the sort of buyouts and NFTs and stuff. People are starting to witness it, and soon we're going to have some big players within the DeFi space join us in the next few weeks, in the next few days. Let's not say a few weeks, but the next few days. So I look forward to that. Let's look into the news a little bit.
1 second, because we didn't have any feedback from Catalyst. Talking about the video, I gave an opportunity for folks to comment when we showed it, but the whole show just keeps on moving, and sometimes I'm not able to really come back. Catalyst, did you see it before, or was this your first time?
This was my first time. Well, you showed it earlier in the pod, and now Z has shown it, but no, I had not seen it beforehand. Super impressive, slick, professional. Not surprisingly, that's what defines you and the team and ARK. But yeah, what a teaser! I mean, it delivers on the intent, which is to get people intrigued. I mean, I know what ARK is, and I watched that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to learn about this protocol. This looks really cool. Oh wait, I'm in it.
Steve Jobs wants to raise himself like Lazarus from the grave. Come and play here with the ARK. Come and grow here with the ARK. Guys, it's about quality. You don't get a second chance to do it. You got to do it right the first time. And if it takes this time, it will. But it has to be of the utmost professionalism and look and feel and interaction. So, going back to Max said, attention to detail. What about Brandon? I don't know if you're able to speak. I know you're back home with the family, sir. But if Brandon is able to add his 2 cents into, an important day here where the ARK community is, in the 53rd day, hearing here on the 101st podcast, what is coming, what the grand vision is, or if he's not available, maybe somebody else. Donatello, what is your reaction if you're able to speak? Hugo, Maddie, ice cold.
Man, they're all ice cold, knocked out, speechless. They don't know what to do. They're like, are we part of this protocol? Is this really happening? Yeah, guys, you are here early. You're here very early.
Man, Richard Hard and Hex and Pulse, they don't have this. Satoshi.
Getting better.
Exactly. Satoshi Nakamoto don't have this.
I mean,
good.
Nobody does it better, Atlas.
Nobody.
All right.
Good times. This was worth it. I think I've played the video about 100 times now. That's the 101st time that I'm playing it. So it goes well with our 101st podcast, and that's how it's going to be. We're gonna every time before we go to bed, we're gonna watch that video. We're like, oh man, we're up to something good. So
glimpse, and tomorrow we'll show you much more. So make sure to tune in tomorrow for that. So that article with Kraken, I love Kraken. I'm a big fan of Kraken. I think they're still probably my favorite exchange and crypto licensed banking institution. What's happening with Kraken?
Yeah, I'm not happy with IRS or SEC or any of that because they're doing the same thing that they did with Coinbase and with sorts of other protocols where they fine you for allowing customers to stake. The article reads out, Kraken reaches $30 million settlement with SEC over staking as IRS seeks user information, right? So they read out, Kraken not only offered investors outsized returns untethered to any economic realities, but also retained the right to pay them no return at all. So the SEC did open a suit earlier in December with Kraken. It was one of them that just never made the headlines, but Kraken did just settle for $30 million. They took a quick settlement. And this was the, you can say, update from the SEC. So this is what they tweeted out. They go, today we charged Kraken with failing to register the offer and sales of their crypto asset stake as a service program, whereby investors transfer crypto assets to Kraken for staking in exchange for advertised annual investment returns of as much as 21%, right? So anyone that offers a sort of, you can say, ROI to the American sort of audience gets a call from the SEC, and so there's been, like, in America right now, the crypto thing hasn't been sort of in the right standpoint this week. We've had this issues where we're having a review of, like, I believe using ROI dApps in America recently. I think that, like, there's a rumor going out that they're looking to ban sort of protocols and stuff. So it's just a rumor. I mean, there's no, like, I haven't got any solid proof or any sorts of articles to go through, but it's not looking good in America a little bit. So that's
well, you've got a front office, right, and a door and a CEO and a desk and a phone and a payroll, then you're probably in for some pain. But I think with things like this, they generally go for the big fish to set an example. And I mean, if they want to search through the, I don't know, how many hundreds of thousands of smart contracts and staking protocols are out there, it'd probably be as hard as finding a needle in a haystack.
Oh yeah. I'm not worried in that way. I just so they're going after like the big fish, and they try to make a statement with it. I mean, you can see it from just this tweet here. They didn't have to do this, but they tweeted this out. They explained exactly what they went for Kraken for, and it was for their staking protocol. I think Coinbase went through something similar last year, where Coinbase were allowing their customer. They were about to provide staking protocols, and then they got a subpoena from the SEC to not go through with it.
And we had BlockFi too. BlockFi.
BlockFi was another one.
But that wasn't a staking part, from my recollection of the heinous debacle that happened with them. It was it the staking? Because there was a failure to register, but I don't know if it was the staking part.
They got exposure to FTX, didn't they? BlockFi.
It was before. It was
later.
The FTX debacle.
Mm-hmm.
So BlockFi agrees to pay $100 million in penalties and pursue registration of its crypto lending programs. So I think they were allowing you to like sort of stake your rewards and also borrow and lend. It's a synthetic play, basically.
Interesting. You see the difference in the wordplay between the two? Lending and staking. Hey, shout out to the SEC, man. They're actually starting to learn something. They've hired some people.
They've hired some. Yeah, they started to.
They hired some DeFi experts. Hey, Z, are you working for them? Are you giving them alpha? Hey, lending? No, this is staking. Oh, okay, interesting. They're learning.
Soon they'll be using the word synthetic, right? And then you're like, okay, now Z's really working for them.
And soon they'll be saying, man, these guys over there, they're using a ZK rollup, and there's just no way we can track these transactions. Sheesh. Heinous debacle, sir.
Yeah, no. So yeah, the SEC sort of tries to taint and tries to like sort of show its resolve, and they is like when I started to look into it, the SEC do it like whenever there's new sort of volatility in a new index, or there's a new sort of branch of, you can say, companies. They did it in the .com bubble. They did it early when we went through a recession, when we had Google, Facebook, and so they always tried to make an example, and yeah, so it's just the same thing that they do, but now it's like now they've had to like learn a little bit about DeFi to basically choose the suit that they go for now. So that's the news on Kraken, and yeah, let's
sorry to interject. I just got a question for you.
Yeah,
do you think that, in all honesty, people like that staking on centralized exchanges, from what we've seen, is a good idea, and or do we think that that's actually?
Yeah, I look into data. I look into a bunch of analytics, and what I've seen the last, you can say, 3 to 4 months, is people have moved a lot of their crypto off the centralized exchange. I think it's been a 65% swap straight into DeFi, and people are doing it on DeFi now. People don't feel confident right now in centralized exchanges. I think Binance is the only one right now that's been showing some trustworthiness, and CZ, like jokes about it in his tweets. But yeah, centralized exchanges, we are kind of, I think we want non-governments. We don't want centralized figures. We want a proof of stake. We want voting rights. We want so much more. And that's what centralized exchanges aren't giving right now. So yeah, it's I think people have lost. I think even prior to FTX, I think it started off with BlockFi. It started off with a few different things. So that's my viewpoint on it.
Yeah, I don't see it as big a negative as it's made out to be, but it's annoying. But at the same time, I think there are time has proven that there are a lot of risks. People that leave their funds on these platforms.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally went through a friend's issue where he had, I think, 7 Bitcoin stuck on, I think it was Coinbase. And Coinbase held on to his funds for a good 4 months. And it was ridiculous. They wouldn't release his Bitcoin. And he went through a whole debacle. He lost, I think, about 15-20% of its worth just by them delaying things. So yeah, I don't trust centralized exchanges.
But I do want to touch on that because there is a point. We can't go all gun ho, point the middle finger or flip the middle finger. Probably the best way to say that with that, because you do need to take into consideration, guys, that if there were no centralized exchanges, then we would have a big problem. We wouldn't have the rails to fiat, which are necessary for the music to keep playing and for crypto to have any value. The moment we lose the connection between the two, I'm getting a really bad feedback, Z. The moment that we're making that full disconnect, the only option is really going P2P. And, that's worst case scenario. And that's going to be a hardship for a lot of folks. So I'm, understanding I have more problems with the actual banks than I would ever with, centralized exchanges. And I think they purely have a purpose that is important. We should hodl and store our crypto safely under our custody. But the mechanism and the rails of connection, fiat on, crypto off, fiat, are absolutely necessary. Just wanted to add a little bit to that.
Yeah, no, listen, I agree.
I think the balance is somewhere in the middle, isn't it? Because you absolutely need them, but you'd like to see the regulators or whatever work with these platforms a lot more rather than what, at least from the outside, looks like. That's not really happening.
They are. I mean, but they're having to catch up, right? They're having to catch up and they're having to learn. And they're I believe seeing and understanding that this is all a logical progression. And there's baby steps, and then there's leaps forwards, and then you're having situations like just got exposed, this year, and they're feeling that pressure, because crypto is legal. At least you can look at the United States of America or Europe as examples. It is absolutely legal. No one's going to go to jail for, buying and selling crypto or speculating or trading. So that's set, and it's very important. But as you progress and they want a stronghold and they want a regulation, but there's a lot that sometimes I look and I got to give credit to. I mean, every banking institution in the United States of America for a couple of years has already full custody license of crypto. They didn't have to fill out an application. They didn't have to go through the process. I mean, this was just done on a federal level, stretching out through all of the banking system, which is wonderful. I think something that most people don't know or just take for granted.
Yeah, I agree. What I think is, I think when things like FTX and then these debacles happen, I think it gives a chance to others to basically show more enthusiasm, show more transparency. And we kind of saw it with OKX and a bunch of these centralized exchanges that started to show their proof of reserve. They started to show the transparency. I think that's it. Even, I mean, whenever you have these sort of issues and one sort of giant goes down, then the others should pick up the slack and still be progressive in what we want. We want transparency. We want proof of stake. We want to be able to vote on a protocol. and I think it's a mix of both things. But I think we'll see how that progresses.
A lot of people are getting exposed, and we've talked about this for such a long time, Z, about really the elephant in the room of crypto, Tether.
Yes.
They're auditing. I mean, it's the biggest Ponzi scam at this point. When you look at their $68 billion market cap, and understanding. I mean, when these folks launched, they had on their website redeemable for $1. That went away real quick. You won't find that anywhere on their website, and they're auditing out Cayman Islands, offshore. But it's kind of a thing that it works, and we're okay with it. And I think a lot of the actual crypto, all-time highs were due to the fact of a lot of the VCs and a lot of these players are getting exposed now, getting in. And, if you think about it, it is an unregulated printing machine that is just creating a big bubble. And, part of the work, as Z, that I've been doing is to create the systems to create tangible, verifiable, 24-hour, 7-day a week, transparency and accountability for stablecoins, because this is huge. This is a big freaking problem. And you see USDC, that's kind of doing things the right way. Registered, they do have, onshore auditing companies if you want to trust them. But, at the same time, they're so close, they're so in bed with the federal government and regulators that they're blocking people's assets if they even touched some sort of a mixer, which is scary. I think that's going way, way too far. And I mean, just imagine someone knows your address and they want to put a monkey wrench in your bicycle wheel, right? Mm-hmm. And just have you completely wrecked. They could just send you a transaction from a mixer, even if it's five, USDC worth of it, and there goes your assets. There goes whatever you have holding into USDC. So it's very dangerous. It worries me a lot. But this Tether situation, it's heinous, and as they get more exposed, my concern is that they're just going to clamp down so much on anything to do with stablecoin, which is very worrying because they could bring theirs. So back to you.
Yeah.
Mr.
Let's look at this article. So Tether hired BDO to do their basically to test their reserves. Basically, this was something I was looking forward to because I wanted to see how much is Tether really in borrowings versus issuance of asset. And what we see here is they tested, and the results show that they exceed the consolidated liabilities by at least 960 million. So that was the worrying thing. I like my whole thing about the
that's kind of low for $68 billion. I mean, only well, let's see here. 960 million from 68 billion, but who the hell is BDO? I mean, I know KPMG. I know some reputable, auditing. Who is? Do you even talk about this? Who is BDO? Why would I believe BDO? Why would I, trust BDO? Are they another offshore, company that got registered 6 weeks ago, or a year and a half ago in some shady little town somewhere? Okay, let's see. United Kingdom. Interesting. Those look like paid actors to me. Can you scroll up a little bit more? Like, that shit looks so stock. It's not even funny, dude. Anyway. Who the fuck are these guys? United Kingdom BDO registered in David.
He's smiling.
BVI. Okay.
Wait, you ain't seen
Yeah.
this guy smell, though. That's a smell. Come on.
Oh man.
You gotta trust him, man. Look at this.
I mean, hey, I'm happy with. I mean, I don't even know what percentage that is actually missing. I mean, I was under the impression that they probably only had maybe, if lucky, 30 to 36 billion out of the 68, and that's giving them a lot of credit.
Yeah. I thought it was all borrowed up, man. I didn't think they had that in issuance. I thought it was the other way around, where they are borrowing against. Because if you see their circulating supply, it's also there's a question. But I want to see them do more of this kind of stuff. I want them to hire big firms. I want them to go through a issuance of reserves and do real sort of asset class on that. And have that sort of investigated. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on them. But yeah, thus far it looks like they exceed by liabilities by 960 million. So that's the news on Tether. I mean, Tether is Tether the most used stable coin? I believe it is. It's the most
by far. By far. And every day, if you ever care to actually notice, the volume far exceeds anything out there.
Absolutely,
it's insane to the daily volume that they do. Look there, look how much they moved. These 68 billion they have moved today in trading volume. I mean, that is rails, my friend. That is moving the world. A lot of people don't know this, but if you've been like me, really really deep in crypto. And how crypto's really moved. It doesn't move in Bitcoin, doesn't move in Ethereum, doesn't move in BNB. It doesn't move in USDC or XRP or Binance USD. It moves in USDT, and primarily that's a hard metric to find, but I can tell you for a fact because I've been involved into this. It's moving on Tron. A very, very it's not BUSD. It's not their. It's moving in Tron because it's the fastest, quickest, safest, cheapest way to be able to move billions of dollars almost instantly without anyone in the middle telling you, no, who are you? What are you doing here? So
that is crazy though, Alice. 67 billion in the last 24 hours. We've been taking profits.
Yeah, most people don't know that. Most people don't, yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's crazy good. Something to really look into because it's one of our biggest assets in crypto after BTC and Ethereum. Now,
well, I think it's one of our biggest problems in crypto. But I mean, I don't know if I fall for the BDO. I mean, I look at it bullish. If that is true, then I think we're poised for it. Now, most people will see $968 million as, such a scary price tag. Like, oh man, that's the end of the world. But I like how they put into the article how small that is compared to actually, the 68 billion that's out there. Cool. Interesting. Love it, man. Keep going, brother. You're on fire tonight.
Oh yeah.
DeFi, education. It's not just about reading, or seeing what's out there. Guys, we're here to dissect. We're here to read between the lines. We're here to really understand how this all fits in together. And that makes us better investors, and that makes us more secure in what we're doing.
Absolutely. Now, the other thing that I like, so Engine is big to me because Engine were you can say ERC 721 or ERC 1155. I think that's the first NFT that was really approved by the Ethereum Foundation. So Engine have a big saying in how the metaverse plays in and how play to earn games and that technology runs. So Engine had their Affinity token. So Affinity is was doing a crowd loan on Polkadot, and they just passed the Japanese regulator approval. So Japan has this has this sort of, you could say, association called the Japan Virtual and Crypto Assets Exchange Association. I tried to go to their website, but it's all in Japanese. So I need to learn Japanese, and I'll get back to you on that. But they sort of approved BTC, Sandbox, Engine Token, you can say Axie Infinity, Radium, and Ethereum. I saw them get approved and add to that list Affinity. So people should keep their eyes on Affinity. I've had a few. I've known some token founders that actually went to the law firm and tried to get their tokens approved, and they failed. It's a really tough mark. So if we can see this, this picture is way too small. Let me see if I can increase the size of it. So this is how they rank. They put you through. This is more than any sort of, you can say, audit that I've sort of seen. And yeah, so EFI passes that and joins the crowd of ADA, Engine, Ethereum, Bitcoin, AVAX, Axie Infinity, all the big guns. So that is amazing. So this was a sort of quote from the Engine team. So they go, "We are heartened to see EFI pass a stringent Japanese screening process, facilitating building on Affinity by Japanese developers and users. We eagerly follow Japan's Web3 push and regulatory reforms. We hope other governments make similar pushes to help build the metaverse." Now, if any of you have been to Tokyo, you will realize it really is very metaverse-like. Not just the flashy buildings and sort of the nitrous and sort of the radiant lights around in the nightlife, but also the people. The people there are like proper gamers, proper, modern-esque digitizers. Like these folks go through a bunch of gaming, they go through a bunch of things, and the metaverse is a big theme there. And it's been, through manga, through anime and stuff, like it's the metaverse has been sort of co-created in people's consciousness there. And Engine will now work with these folks. So you're going to see Engine sort of billboards, banners around, but you're also going to see play-to-earn games in arcade. I imagine there'll be play-to-earn arcade games. There's going to be vending machines where you can purchase Engine-backed NFTs. So this is a big win for Engine overall, and a big win to DeFi, because I want to see that sort of reality kick in, where Japan is where the metaverse is built on. So yeah, that's the news on Engine. So now that's one great thing. Now, just speaking about metaverse, this is a list of countries that are mostly showing the most trends when it comes to metaverse. So currently, Vietnam sort of leads the way when it comes to metaverse interest, alongside Philippines, Ukraine, Nigeria, Indonesia, and the least most wanted metaverse clients are Ireland, Denmark, New Zealand, United States, and Canada. So Vietnam leads the way. Vietnam has the most moderation. I thought Philippines was leading the way, because you, the man, and others told me it was sort of South Korea, Philippines, but it seems Vietnam is sort of really digging DeFi. And
can you show that chart again? Because it almost seems like a little bit that the climate has something to do with this.
You're right.
It's like Ukraine kind of sticks out. You got Vietnam, Philippines. These are subtropical sort of environments, and then you got the guys that are freezing cold in the winter. I don't know what Ukraine's doing there. Fun fact.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, absolutely.
It should be backwards. You would think, right? Because if you've got this great weather, you don't want to be in the metaverse. You want to be out, enjoying life. But the places that are cold and dark in the winter, you would think that they would, be more into the metaverse. Just an observation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Canada, Denmark, Ireland, right? And then half of the East Coast in the US is just cold. So yeah, the cold countries are not liking the metaverse. So that's one thing. So that was a ranking done. Yeah, a big ranking done. So they picked up like 1.6 million tweets from different parts of the world. So, and then they did a rank on that. So yeah, Vietnam and Philippines ranked the highest to adapt to the metaverse. So that's the news there. Now, the other thing I wanted to touch on was Lido. As we know, Lido, since people went into basically stake their tokens on Beacon Chain, they've not been able to withdraw for 2 years. That's when Lido came through, and Lido allowed folks to not just like I think the limitations to staking on Beacon Chain for Ethereum was 32 Ethereum's minimum. So that put a lot of people off because you got to be a whale to be staking on Beacon Chain. So that's when Lido came through, and Lido allowed folks to stake their Ethereum and earn a ROI on that. And they also didn't have to, if they don't want to, they don't have to lock up their staking. They can take out their tokens straight outside the pool without like unlocking or anything. So Lido had big utility for last year when it came to staking ETH. And yeah, so Lido is going to be going through a hard fork as well. So the article reads, Lido plans to level up ahead of Ethereum Shanghai hard fork. Liquid staking protocol Lido unveils upgrade plans for version 2. Set to unlock. So they have so I think we've seen wrapped ETH on Uniswap, and we've seen wrapped ETH on a bunch of dApps. But so Lido has its own ST ETH sort of token. And yeah, so they will be allowing people to unlock and withdraw their staked ETH alongside the Shanghai hard fork. So yeah, let's read a little bit more on this. Two major focal points of the planned upgrade, including Lido's introduction of its new staking router, enables withdrawal of Ethereum. Introduces a modular architectural design allowing the developers of on-ramp of new node operators. So yeah, we're going to see some upgrades happen on Lido alongside Shanghai hard fork. Shanghai hard fork will take place, I believe, mid-March. So we're just upcoming to that. So that's the news on Lido. Lido currently, if we look into DeFi Llama, let's see its rank right now in the most. Yeah, MakerDAO like took it up briefly like a couple of weeks back, but yeah, Lido did take its lead, and currently total value logged on Lido right now is $8.3 billion. So that's big. That's bullish. Total value locked is really important. Like, I think currently we have about 40. So here you can see it. 47 billion locked in DeFi. So the way DeFi Llama does it is they calculate long-term sort of, you can say, stakes. So some of these locked values are for 2 to 5 years, and that gives great longevity to DeFi. It shows people's the consumer confidence and VC confidence right now in DeFi. So yeah. Lido is going to be upgrading alongside the Ethereum hard fork. So that's positive news. So that's one thing I have to point out. Now, alongside all of that, I have been putting things up on DeFi Link. So if people want to learn more about Bubba Network, which is going to be sort of mainframing Uniswap in the next few weeks. So Uniswap chose Bubba Network, and it was voted for Bubba Network and BNB to be the next onboarding for Ethereum. So if you want to learn more about Bubba Network, do check out the details there. Aptos plans network upgrades, more clarity around token distribution. So as we know, Aptos is currently the fastest mainnet in DeFi right now. I believe their TPS is 210,000 right now. and they're going through some upgrades in the next few months, and they want to take it to 1 million, which is really bullish.
Let's go.
Absolutely. So this is what was said by the Aptos Foundation. So these are the quotes. So Moshe was one of the developers on Libra token in Facebook. So this is the Facebook previous team quote in here. So they go, "We are going to provide a little bit more clarity and more details behind the principles and how we came to the decision that we made. But a lot of it also goes back to thinking about people. So we're going to have a fairly detailed document that's going to live to go live at some point. Tokenomics is something that we should really take in place, because I think people are still figuring out their total supply. So currently their total supply is 1 billion, and I believe they have you can say 135 million in total in circulating supply right now. So people have been asked, like I've been to a few of their live chats on Twitter, and yeah, so currently they have 162 million in circulating supply. So people want to know more about their upcoming upgrades, and they want to know how their tokenomics work. Because
you did some big airdrops, Z? Sorry to interrupt you, but I was just curious.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the main question that folks had, was like at Moshe on his live sort of Twitter streams, was saying how much of supply is going to be airdropped to individuals. So this is the breakdown, right? The remaining APT tokens were split among core contributors who received 19% of APT supply, and investors who received 13.48% supply. That's the remaining 355 million app tokens. Both of those groups are subject to a 4-year lockup period, during which that's covering that's amazing. That's pretty impressive numbers. So that's the lockup period on core contributors, and then I think users that were testing out their mainframe was about 16. I think it was about 13 to 15% that was airdropped. So as they sort of unravel a bigger circulating supply on these upgrades coming up, you're going to see more airdrops, more opportunities. So,
and they can stake it, which is great. I like that. They're locked, but they're able to stake. So, I mean, work for your bag, son. That's how we like to do it.
Absolutely. This is, I think, this is the year of staking. It really is. If you look into Aptos, if you look into what's happening at MakerDAO with liquidity locked, and we looked at SushiSwap previously, and all these protocols are basically allowing folks to stake their tokens and earn a reward. And it locks up liquidity. It's good for the protocol. It's good for the user. It's good for everybody. I think we're moving in, so we're moving away from like the 100x scene to the staking and the dApp scene. So it's looking pretty good. So that's the conclusion thus far on Aptos. So they're going to be going through upgrades, and they're going to explain their tokenomics more. And I'll do a deep dive into this very soon once it's out. But yeah, that's the thing. So Aptos plans network upgrades, more clarity around token distribution. So I think, yeah, that sort of covers our DeFi sessions. But do check it out. I mean, I'm always like picking out the best articles here, and yeah, we touch all the different aspects, not just staking and stuff, but we look into bigger sort of protocols. We look into what's happening in the centralized world as well. So if you see here, I put an article up about why stocks are falling and why bond yields are up, and things like that. These are important things that sort of hit our price plan when it comes to Bitcoin price or Ethereum. But yeah, that's. Can
you show me a crypto chart?
Like the sneak peek gets me, man. Hey,
can you show me a crypto chart? I mean, anything Bitcoin, Ethereum. I can't.
Yeah.
Remember
Look at it.
Let me have some trading view. All right. Zoom out, please.
Out.
You're DJing on the 1 minute chart, 100x. Ooh, son. Yeah. Folks, whatever you're doing, don't do it. Just play, man. Okay. So, interesting, man. I haven't seen a chart in a while. Glad I asked while you're here. Ooh, tapping those liquidity zones.
Yep.
Buy to sell. Sheesh.
This zone. This is up for treats now. If you look at the chart. Zoom in?
Yeah. A little bit. Oh, what a day.
Yeah. We got a big
difference.
So Z, when do we load up the truck?
Say that again.
When do we back up the truck and load up?
Not at least for the next 18 months, if you ask me. I know you're asking him, but guys,
I welcome everybody's input.
I honestly think like this imbalance here is gonna be tapped in. I think for me the two zones for like accumulation is 15 to 16K, and then I am being pessimistic and saying we're gonna hit 10, 11K at some point this year. Once we tap into that, then we start to pump.
That's not pessimistic. That's being realistic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I used to be very optimistic, but now I've become realistic about different zones. So yeah, 17K and 10, 11, 12K. Like these are areas. Unless we hit these things, I'm not buying no dips right now. Because people were buying the dip, man. I think this week I had a few friends that I started to buy last week, and right now they're all down on their portfolio since buying that.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yeah. So much going on in the background, guys. Seriously, like today we had the preview of our app, and we're breaking down the many different relationships that we're going to build with different Discord communities. I think we're up 2,500 now in members. So we are growing, guys. We are growing. 2,259. This is the way to go forward. This is how we're going to grow. We're having that. I'm loving the engagement and the memes. I want to say something now, but I think we'll leave that for tomorrow because we've had the top 3 there. Really, really good memes. I like more than anything. Like I just like to.
It's meme time. Gather all your friends. It's meme time. It's meme time. It's meme time. The only cure for sadness.
Let's go.
Come on, show us at least a couple, man. I don't find the time to do these things. Show us a couple of them.
Yeah, of course, man. This one is the disciples, the 12 disciples of ARK, man. Like this meme is one of the best memes in the whole wide world. Like nothing beats this meme here. And this is my choice. I personally gave this my sort of recognition for a vote. Nothing beats this, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's been good.
I like the ice one too.
Yeah, the ice one was also pretty good. So I gave my vote to this one because I mean, down to it shows people are having fun with it, man. Like that's what I'm loving about our crowd. Like one great thing that's happening in our Discord, like I see like others answering others' questions because there's times when it's like 4 a.m. here UTC, I'm not able to answer a question. And then somebody from the crowd at that given time is answering someone's question. So we're getting a better understanding of ARK's white paper. We're getting a better understanding of all our sort of products and how to ROI, how to really compound and use the right strategy. So I think up till now, ARK has about 95 YouTube videos up and 100 plus articles. Or am I wrong, Atlas? Are we 90 plus videos now, right, on YouTube?
Man, we got 60 just in Italian.
Yeah. Right.
So hard to gauge, but yeah, but that'd be a good rabbit hole to figure out.
Yeah, now we should look into the stats. If Catalyst is here, I'd like to hear his opinions if he has any on how we're getting attraction on YouTube and articles and soon SEO and all them things. So yeah, so that was one meme that sort of I loved and this meme as well. This one was awesome as well. Right, like just the whole iced out ARK. Those were two of my favorite memes. But yeah, it's looking great. Discord's looking great. We are on schedule with a bunch of things, and we will be doing a bunch of collabs very soon. And oh yeah, the other thing, do look into the sort of you can say collab we did today with Radad. That was pretty awesome, right? So that video will be out soon, but it's looking good. It's looking great. But I think that covers it for me. This is our 101st podcast. It's a special one. We're in 3 digits now, and soon we're gonna be Joe Rogan, man. We're gonna go for 4.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much. Great DeFi session tonight. I had fun with it, going through what's happening and understanding to read between the lines. That's important. How everything fits in together and how it affects the overall community.
Yeah. The issue is people like to take sides. It's always the left versus right or this versus that. And the truth is, the older you get in life, you have to always look into the gray matter between the black and white and basically understand that things are more complex than we believe. So, and we should always see both sides of the tail. It could be, and DeFi, it could be sort of centralized, decentralized. It could be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or the new sort of things like Aptos, SUI, that's going to come out, SEI, Cosmos. These things should all have their space and recognition. But I'm pretty optimistic to see that we're moving away from the sort of degen. I mean, the degen thing would always sort of exist, but I think we're starting to look much more into utility, into more long-term plays, and that's what we're about here at ARK. Long-term, guys. That's the way to win.
Absolutely, brother. Well said. Are there any questions or comments before we close out for the evening? All right. Well, folks, thank you for coming tonight, participating. Congratulations to tonight's ARK prize winner. And actually, I see that Crypto Hats is here. He's back. He was the winner last night of...
really?
Well, he didn't win the Spark, but he did win the prize, the giveaway. I think he was pretty happy about it. I don't know if he can talk and say something. But yeah, he got a win. I mean, all people had to do yesterday was just come and participate, hang out, and it's great to see that, Crypto Hat is here. How long have you been in ARK, Crypto Hats?
Since last Friday or Thursday, last week, I think.
Let's go.
Calendar. I've forgotten how many crypto days it's been since I got in. It was literally Thursday last week, I think I got in. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here. It's a fantastic project. You guys are running it tip top. I've not seen anything quite like it in DeFi. So hats off to you guys.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's great for us to have you here, and I mean, a week here, and that was a very, very, I think, substantial win, and pushing you in the right direction, flowing towards the goals that you have as you did your due diligence, decided really to come in. And if I may ask, from which team, from which community did you hear about ARK?
It was actually somebody from. His name's Matt. He's from the Ultimo group. He actually told me about Ultimo a while back, actually, and I ended up jumping into that one. And I was actually last week looking at some, quick return Ponzi schemes that exist out there, thinking, maybe I'll just have a bit of a gamble, because I had a bit of cash laying around. And funny enough, he just reached out to me randomly and just told me about this project. And I was just like, yeah, sod it, I'm just going to go for it.
Man, talk about, hey, don't do it. Talk to you off the ledge and said, hey, leave a little bit to go DJ, mess around, but
yeah,
don't forget to put something, into something serious. And, oh man, that's great. You said Matty?
Yeah,
his name?
Matt, I can't. Yeah, let me just double check Matt. His name is. He came into the VC the other day and was chatting to me and Brad. He's also from the UK, so doesn't live too far away from both me and Brad. So he's a good guy. He's very knowledgeable on passive income. So I trust his judgment, and it's great to be here. So
sounds like a gentleman and a friend. Shout out to you, Matt. Great work. Great for bringing you in, and it's going to really all kind of tie in and make sense when it's your turn and you get the ROI quickly, and you'll be thanking him. Hey, man, thank you so much for bringing me into this, and welcome to the community. Welcome aboard the ARK, and looking forward to getting to know you better on this long journey, and seeing your growth here with us. Let's get this crypto.
Let's go.
For the folks that are listening, we want to thank you also for your participation in tonight's podcast. We hope that you found it informative, educational, and also fun. We will be back tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. UTC, and we wish you all a great night. Thank you.